the biggest thing that happened for sure is the sparkling zero like footage.
Yeah, it's got some bubbles. Sparkling zero. It's definitely not still zero.
No, you're already roasting him. No, you can't roast him already.
Tenkaichi 4, right? That's what the real OGs would say, right? I don't know. Clap. Make sure sync the audios.
There we go.
And stuff. But yeah, so like
the amount of times I've had to do sponsor videos where they ask me to change one tiny thing, and I don't want to re-record the video, so I just record the audio and just horribly sync it, but no one catches it.
Oh really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Whenever that happens to me, I always record just the audio and not the video because I've already switched clothes and everything, right? It's
exactly.
Then you gotta go to your dirty laundry and pull off the same shirt or whatever. No, I just record the audio and put like wherever brand it is, like just B-roll in front of it. That's usually how I get around it.
So like,
brought to you by today's sponsor. Insert sponsor here.
Gamer Subs. We saw Globku take a couple of sips. We got Gamer Subs right there.
But I'm not drinking
Gamer Subs giveaway,
guys. I'm on water.
Pick a random comment.
I'll give away 10% of your purchase with code Globku. How about that?
That should be your flavor, Globku. It's water enhancer. It's just like barely any flavor at all, just to go in your water. It's like for those of you who want to stay hydrated.
I could subs it up. Okay, I could go for some JJK flavor. You know?
Oh, nice.
The anime variety.
How does it taste? Like spirity or deathy?
Like cursed energy.
Oh, cursed energy!
At least you're not doing the anime girl thighs. You're doing the cultured anime.
I do have that.
That's a thing.
I don't like that one. I don't like that
I didn't think it would taste that good.
Yeah, titty milk also not great.
Titty milk's not good. It tastes banana-like.
They have a lot of flavors I love, actually.
I wanted to get the rock hard abs.
I wanted a Dragon Ball flavor where it's like black water mist.
That'd be cool.
Only real ones know what that is.
Yeah, that's an OG Dragon Ball. There's no Dragon Ball flavor, but for a while they did have a Dragon Ball Cup collection. Because I think they picked it up from Bandai, and it's straight up the Dragon Ball Fighters PNGs printed on the cups. I have the Majin Buu one, and I think that was like something Bandai did and didn't sell, and they just picked up the stock and sold it themselves. So they did have that for a while.
There you go.
Interesting. Very quickly throughout this podcast, you will find that one of us here is not the biggest like Dragon Ball nerd. You eventually find out who that is like as we go through.
You'll quickly find out. I haven't played any fighting games in 3 months, so it's fine. It's fine.
How you do it?
I came to the fighting game podcast without having played fighting games in ages.
Hey, no worries. Some of us here have been grinding like fighting game mobile games and stuff. I have 200 hours in Mortal Kombat, and I think 90% of it is just grinding and filming for my videos.
Checks out.
Yeah, I felt a bit betrayed, Globku, because they made fun of me for like talking about invasions or whatever. Then I find out they're the ones that are actually grinding invasions and getting through it and getting the costumes and stuff.
What do we say about you with invasions or something? What?
Well, like, I got accused of being the invasions apologist for like describing how it could work with some tweaks here and there. Then it's like, no, it's terrible, it's terrible. Then meanwhile, like, you're playing it in the background.
Oh, hey now. If you want to be a hater, you got to understand what you're hating on. So
nobody hates the fighting game more than the fans.
True.
Actually, have we started? Is this?
I don't know. I Snake's still setting up, so to me this is warm up still. But maybe it's not.
I mean, I've done dumber things while recording the episodes, like played with my silly toy gun, so it's completely on brand for this.
I've noticed that your usual stance on podcasts is like this. Admiring your own shelf a lot.
Time to move some stuff over.
I can see the wheels turning. Like, what should I pull next to toy with and show on camera? Man's constantly brainstorming. Yep, there you go.
Is that a new model?
Exactly.
Wow, that does look really good.
Man, I need a Shiva statue.
You think? Wait, you think that's badass, guys? How about I show you something that's actually really worth collecting? Okay, how about some like Skibidi Toilet collector editions like card?
What?
I remember that.
Definitely not legal over here.
Yeah, I legit was like walking in like a village, just randomly in a very remote part of our country. Oh, here's like a convenience store or something. Oh, here's some like exotic wood and furnitures and Skibidi Toilet collector's cards and Skibidi Toilet Lego pieces. I had to buy it.
Have you seen it? Have you opened it at all?
No, I haven't actually. I don't know.
Okay.
Isn't it more value if I don't? I don't know.
Do
Maybe
you know
it
the
depends.
lore of
It
Skibidi
depends.
Toilet?
I mean, you're either selling the gacha or you're selling a very valuable card. You know, it could be worth more if open, or it could be worth less. My question, I guess, would be: can you tell from the packaging if it's just collectible cards, or did they actually make a TCG out of it? Like, can you play with those cards?
That's actually a really good point. You know what? How about this? At the end of the episode, stay tuned to the end of the episode, and I will open this pack, and we will see what's inside of it.
I love it.
That'll be the catching point.
I activate my trap card, blocked toilets. Well, I counter activate my trap card, call the plumber. Just the most
Super Mario
hidden
comes
name.
in, Nintendo comes in with a lawsuit. Yeah, I can.
You
Gmod
can tell
lawsuit
he's
is
not
like
the
the-
real fan. He doesn't know the Skibidi lore. The
Yeah.
war between.
Yeah, you gotta flush them.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
You gotta flush them. Pull the camera guys, and they flush them.
Anyways, welcome to the Combat Kings, everybody. Hi, this is we got the 3 hosts here, and we have a very special guest, Globku. Welcome to the podcast. Hi
Thank
there.
you.
Hype him up.
Personally, I'm actually a huge fan of your content, Globku. Every time I wonder if there is like an anime game comes out, and I wonder, oh, is this gonna be like a good thing or not? YouTube search, but bam, I see you making a video on it, and so I always check them out to see if it's good or not.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that's part of the mission, man. Part of the mission was to be like the press for anime games, because back when I started, video game press was very much professional towards every video game, but all anime games were cash grabs, and I was like, not all of them, man. Come on, like give this one a fair shot. You know, I think we've all seen IGN give bad reviews on games we think are good, and that's kind of why I made the channel, because the entire video game press was like that. It's not like that anymore because anime is cool now, so they do give those games a fair shot. But back then, they didn't. It's like, licensed anime game, cash grab, done. Next game, like, let's review the next one. So yeah, that was part of the mission, honestly. Like, let's play them and, call them out when they're cash grabs and actually praise them when they're not. I did find with my time, though, that whenever I recommend a game, it's like, it's good for an anime game. There's definitely a lower standard there.
Just recently, I saw you did because I was interested in the Jujutsu Kaisen game, and if you look online for all the opinions, like, everybody is just shit talking the game, everyone's just hating it, but like, your review on the game, you actually go in depth with the mechanics, go and talk about like, oh, what you do in this game, the 2v2, the story modes, and the mechanics, and then you gave it a D. So I do appreciate knowing exactly like what's up with that game and all that stuff.
Yeah, I ended up like being on the side of the hate a little bit with that score. But at least like we go through, okay, no, there's some qualities here. There's a person who this game is for, but it's just not the majority because they failed on this, and this. And I've recently, like last year, maybe starting last year, I started getting really good feedback from video game publishers too. Like it turns out they really like when you like give that sort of constructive feedback. It actually helps them make the games better. I had a producer from Japan. Let's not say who they are, but there was a producer from a video game in Japan that I met during Summer Games Fest, and they one of the things they said was, "Thank you so much for your videos on this game," and I was like, I do nothing but shit on that game all the time. What do you want about? And they were, but that's really positive for us because in Japan, everyone is so polite. We have no idea what we should work on. And by watching our videos, we know exactly what to do. And that game is making an incredible comeback right now. So it's not just because of me, obviously, but I like to think that I'm helping video games become better with my work. And that's just humbling, to know you have that kind of an impact on things that people play every day, on video games that have a much wider reach than your videos do. I think it's scary and humbling for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's really cool how they told you, because sometimes I complain about a thing for Mortal Kombat, and then like a month later it gets fixed, and I'm like, could have been because of me, or it could have been we just both saw it. I don't know which, but I do think your critiques are always fair, but they are critical, which is good. Like even way back with Guilty Gear Strive, you were like, this lobby system, I hate it. like throw the whole thing out, and I was like, yeah, me too. That's how I feel also. And speaking of Jujutsu Kaisen, I know she's not top tier anymore, but she had her moment.
Oh, nice.
She had her moment, and I'm happy about
everybody's showing the figures. Yeah, I'm glad that actually helps out the developers, and also like your reviews do go into like the mechanics, and I'll be honest, like you are the reason why I bought JoJo All-Star Battle R, that review of that, because that actually got me like really into them. And
I'm sorry
like,
about
this
that.
Is actually it's a fun game. It's just Bandai does not like your internet, do they?
Yeah. That game is such a bummer, because when they're putting out DLC, the characters they're making are actually kind of cool. I like the gimmicks a lot, but then you can't play the game online. So what do? You just play the game against the CPU. What's the point? You know,
You gotta invite your homies over on the couch. It's old school, baby. We gotta
that's
go
it.
back
That's
to
it.
just
If
couch
you have
co-op.
someone to play that game locally, that game has a lot more value for sure. But it's
I've seen
The
some
online
offline
is-
tournaments of it.
oh
It
my
is
God.
pretty hype, but like, yeah, they just killed the hype, unfortunately.
yeah.
I feel like that would be the
Mainstream,
biggest
that game
hurdle
is
with
super
most of these
dead.
anime fighters, huh? Is the internet. Is that like the usual issue? Like the game can just suck online?
I like to think that anime games are a step behind fighting games, and a lot of the stuff fighting games do. I mean, a lot of the things anime games do now are things that fighting games implemented a few years ago. So eventually they'll catch up, and like rollback netcode will start being a thing. And I think crossplay is now the next step that some games are starting to implement.
Yep.
But yeah, netcode in Japan has been a long battle on the FGC side of things that I think we finally cracked it with Arc System Works, and then Capcom followed suit, and now I think it's just like going to be universal. But anime
great.
games take a while to catch up for sure.
Were you gonna say something, Snake? Yeah, I saw you raise your hand.
No, I pretty much answered the question anyway, so it's fine.
It's my job, man, to answer the questions before you ask them. You know, I would be if I was a streamer, I would be seeing the questions in chat, but I'm not. I'm a video creator, so I need to know the questions before you ask them, so I can record them and give them to you.
I was in your stream chat that one time, and all I did was donate and call you handsome. I still remember.
Wow.
Did I react? Or-
Yeah, because I said it in a really goofy way. I was like, it should be illegal to be this handsome, and just like sent you $10, and you're like, I don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know wall people, so I was worried that happened, but I'm glad it did.
Dude, that should be the whole grift. Like, I love how Eris does that. He just goes like, insults whoever donates to him, and they still always donate to him. It's super funny to me.
That's a kink, man. Maybe the fans are into it.
But I guess they are for sure. I guess being roasted is better than being ignored, though. Being ignored
For
would be
sure.
absolute worst. Imagine like you get up to go to the bathroom. I gotta pee. Then it's like $500 donation. Like you just miss it.
Yeah,
Poor
I
donation.
kind of get it when it happens to bigger streamers, because it's just a wall of donations. But when a smaller
Yeah.
streamer does it, it feels especially bad, I think. So I am extra paranoid about that, and it still happens, especially with subs. Especially if someone resubs or whatever. Like, I'll be in the middle of something and I don't want to stop. I'll be like, take a note and remember that later. And then the conversation just goes elsewhere, and I completely forget it. Especially if it's not someone new. If it's like 14-month resub, like usually a quick, hey, thanks for the 14 months, you know. But yeah, that's sometimes it slips, and it feels bad every single time.
How often do you stream, and what do you think? Like, a lot of YouTubers like should pursue that idea. Like, maybe upload a little bit less and like mix in streaming. Is that a good game plan, you think, or just out of curiosity?
In general, I can't give you an answer. It's definitely up to each person's content. Like right now, I don't think that's a good idea for me. For instance, I think my video content and my streaming content is so different that whenever I tried streaming on the main channel, it didn't do very well, and in fact it tanked my video views, because like YouTube was recommending the stream, people were not clicking it, which means YouTube feeds the next video to less people, because the streaming content and the video content I make are so different. So but if you're if your video content, let's say a podcast, like that could be something that's similar to a live streaming thing, right? So in that sense, the people that watch your videos will also watch your live streams because the content's the same. So yeah, in those cases, it makes sense. If you're doing like a lot of gameplay, depending on how you edit the gameplay, that could also be a thing. It's just like my videos are mostly essays. So the thing I would stream is me doing research for the essays, and that's not interesting. I don't think people are into that.
An editing stream, maybe? Right, because I do see some people do that. Like, they will show the editing process and stuff as a stream. That could be... But I don't know if
it usually doesn't do as well. It doesn't usually do as good, man. Yeah.
You're thinking about it wrong, Globku. All you got to do is have the dry erase board behind you, and then you get up and like turn away from the camera, ooh woo, and then you write the notes on the dry erase board, and you just have your assets towards the camera. You're missing out on the grift. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, don't
assets.
do that.
Yes, my assets.
Are you gonna have the green boxers stream? Is that what's gonna happen here? The new meta recently. The thing you were mentioning about the stream, actually, I recently just learned about the fact that there is a function that you can actually have a video be uploaded and not notify your subscribers. I never knew about that. And then I looked at my guide and someone's saying, click on this when you upload a video that you think your subscribers won't watch because it's irrelevant to what they usually watch. And that way YouTube won't like tank it and like your score will be worse on your channel and stuff.
The idea that YouTube solution is to have that really pointless feature to fix the fact that the entire algorithm is just fucking broken.
Well, it's more the fact that subscribers are the part that are getting a little bit more irrelevant, and everyone's using the algorithm and like the homepage more often, I feel like.
Yeah, but that's due to YouTube changes in general. They made sure you were using the homepage instead of the subscriber page like 10 plus years ago, I think, because you used to have your subs on the homepage.
Yeah.
And they changed it to a different place. Yeah, but I actually, I'm a very big advocate for the YouTube algorithm. I don't think it's broken at all. I think it's very impartial, and if you understand how it works, then anyone can make it on YouTube. I think there's a very big externalization of the problem whenever a video tanks, like YouTube tanked my views. Nah, man, you just didn't make something interesting, or you didn't understand the audience you were going for. But it's very hard to take the blame for that, you know. And I'm not saying like you guys specifically or anyone else. Is like I did it too. I've done it 1,000 times and I'll do it again. Whenever a video tanks, I think it's my fault because I didn't understand the audience I was making the video for. And to your point, the little checkbox that doesn't push the video to subscribers. Whenever you're making something that you don't think your subs will watch, that just means the YouTube won't push the video to those subs, but it will still push the video to people whose topic that is relevant to. That just means that there's not gonna be as many people that see your video and don't click on it. That's basically what the YouTube algorithm does. Like, it feeds you a video to a person and sees if the person clicks on it, and if the person clicks on it, it feeds them more of those videos, or it feeds more people that video because the people are interested and are clicking on this video. But if they don't click that video, then it stops feeding it as much. And I think that's really impartial, to be honest. Like, I don't think that's a bad algorithm at all.
I'm pretty sure now, like, most videos clicked are because of the algorithm more than subscribers now, and that's probably like how it happens and stuff. Like, if I am subscribed to someone and I see it in the on the homepage, then that's the same as seeing it in the subscription page too. So it's probably why the algorithm is now more important than like subscriber counts and stuff.
But if you have a big old school like subscriber economy where subscribers actually matter a lot more, like they did years ago, then it's much harder to grow a new channel. Because the top channels are just going to eat all the views all the time, right? Because they just have all the fans, and that's all the videos they get fed are from people from big subscribers. By having the algorithm be a bit more recommended-based homepage and recommended videos on the sidebar, that means just anyone can make it. I don't know if you guys have been having this, but lately on YouTube, I've been noticing a kind of a special phenomenon, both on desktop, my tablet, and my TV. The third video that is recommended to me after I watch whatever video, I could be watching this podcast, right? Let's say I reach the end of the video, and there will be 2 recommendations that I get, and the third recommendation is something so random that has like 5 views. No one's watched that.
Yeah.
It's someone's gameplay of a random ass game. It's like, damn, YouTube is really just trying to push this video now. I don't know, like, but it's always something that no one has ever seen. It's got nothing to do with me. I think that's just like YouTube giving that video a chance, right?
Where was that feature when we were starting off? Where was that feature for us? Like, I remember the good old days when I had to hit F5 100 times on my old videos just to pretend that I had an audience. I just hit F5, 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 F5 until I got to 100.
I try right here. The third video is a random Street Fighter ranked match with 700 views.
But I kind of get that, you know, Street Fighter. You're watching fighting game content, but sometimes it's like it's some roguelike that I've never heard of. It's like a survival game. I don't watch that.
Yeah.
The Last of Us Part 2 remastered walkthrough. I have never watched a Last of Us Part 2 video in my life. Yep, there you go.
Wait, this is so BGM CM Event Fool's Day 2024. I don't know. That's really random.
Yeah,
Globku, I thought you were gonna mention how some videos, like certain genres, get pushed way more because I recently made the move to Opera GX, and I've been enjoying it a lot. It's got a built-in ad blocker that works really well on YouTube, so I'm enjoying that.
Cool.
But
I've
noticed that like
Globku, I think was the promo code
go.
for the Dragon. I don't know if that's the link, but I have been sponsored by them. Yeah.
So I was watching
like
some videos on it, trying to feed the algorithm to YouTube. Right, I watch the channels I normally watch, so I get recommended those and all that. Because I don't log in on this computer because I got hacked. So I just feel like I just got offline, logged out algorithm. Anyway. But then I had to edit a video, and to edit videos, sometimes I listen to ASMR in the background. So I'm working, and then I refresh the page the next day, only ASMR on the homepage. I watched one video. So it's very clear that YouTube knows ASMR is safe for the most part, and is like, here's all the ASMR since you watched one video. And it's like, yeah, but I've also been watching like gameplay videos way more often, but you didn't recommend a single one of those, just ASMR.
How long was the ASMR video?
An hour?
Like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
By the way, YouTube knows I'm on this podcast because this is my third recommendation. 7 views 5 hours ago. Tekken games evaluation all time.
Sad.
Yeah.
They know. They know.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
sad.
By sad.
Be careful, guys. If you make a Tekken video, you're either bandwagoning or you're a shill. there is no in between.
Tekken has been getting a little bit more toxic recently, but I mean, like, it is still very like fun to watch videos on it now.
Just comes with the territory. Just comes with the territory of being popular.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
The cool thing is the creators are still pretty chill for the most part. Like a lot of the pro Tekken people are still down to collab, and the big Tekken channels usually are still down to collab, because like, you know, they'll take what they can get.
Right.
But
One channel I've been enjoying a lot is Afro Senju. Like that guy is a big Naruto guy and big anime guy. Transitioned into Dark Souls somewhere along the road. Really admire him, by the way. Like, it was a big inspiration when I started the channel. There was a year when the man was like 400k subs, and he said, "This year I'll get to 1 million." I'm like, okay, sure. And then he fucking did it. So like he got to 1 million in a year just grinding Sekiro and I think Sekiro was the main one. And now he just picked up Tekken, started playing Tekken. Man is actually decent at Tekken. He played in the Sejam Slam.
Nice.
And his content
is
really, really awesome. Yeah. Going from 0 to a Tekken player has been an interesting journey for sure.
Oh yeah, I love his thumbnails too. They're so great. It's all just like him
so
getting
good.
beat up in Tekken and stuff, and then slowly getting better. One of them was a giant spoiler for Jujutsu Kaisen. Actually, 2 of them were, but if you don't know it, then you don't get the joke. But 2 of them were that. I got to play him Globku actually, like during the early testing of Tekken 8.
You talked about it on the podcast.
It was super funny. I love his reaction.
Such a great
I'm trying to
story.
get him to. I want him to rematch me so bad. I want to see how he's grown, but he never sees me in the comments because he's so flooded by comments. I get it, but I'm like,
He is
This
very
is
match.
this is
We
the guy
have
that
to
makes his
see-
thumbnails. If you ever want to check him out, Easter
sick.
Hands.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I probably need to start doing that.
I mean,
wanna
this
break
guy is
into
way
the,
too expensive because of Afro. Like, Afro just kept paying him more and more, and now he's out of range for every one of us.
Dang.
He is
He
legendary,
ruined
though.
him.
He's very
He
good.
ruined him.
Maybe I can
Yeah,
get
he's
the
right.
new
He's
guy
really
discount. But yeah, it's good stuff. I guess we can talk about the crazy event that happened yesterday that Globku is definitely watching.
Sorry, I zoned out. I'm so sorry.
The crazy event that you were watching
I forgot I was
yesterday.
on a podcast for a second. What have I been watching? I'm so sorry.
Understandable. That happens to us all the time.
I forget my podcast very often.
It's only been an hour. It's not even been an hour. I've already zoned out. This is not good, man. My attention span is in the gutter.
I mean, like one of us is like just came back from the military and like doing something over
that?
there.
Gun style. Bullets no jutsu. Is that a Utah JJK sword?
Utah.
I'll just say yes. I have no idea.
Yeah, sure. All right, why not?
He
That's-
doesn't watch it. That's right.
He has a sword.
I am the weeb man. The fourth weeb.
If you pull down the headband, you could cosplay as Kenshi.
True.
He has already, actually.
That clip is so good. I love when you hit the light by accident and you're like, oh, fuck. It's like left in.
Just clip that in.
I also love how Yuta just magically has back his, undead girlfriend bodyguard, even though it makes no sense canonically. And they kind of explain it, apparently, but not really.
Yeah, I'm reading the manga right now, but I haven't gotten to that
that's a spoiler for
explanation.
anime only, though, Dog.
I mean, not really, because even in the manga, it
Not
doesn't
really.
really explain it.
Well,
It's
if
like
they
a
the explanation might be a spoiler, but Rika
Yeah.
just shows up at the end of season 2. So if
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
only you've seen Rika. Yeah.
True.
And you know what? It worked out. That random flashback for a whole half season has paid off somehow. It was jarring at first, but it worked out. To just go like, oh yeah, stuff's happening. We're gonna jump back in time just for like 5 or 8 episodes straight. Okay, back to the current timeline, just so we can have you to show up and blow your mind.
Yeah, when
just
I
the big
watch
payoff.
Jujutsu Kaisen, I watch it like chronologically too. I watch those first 5 episodes and then the movie, and then continue season 2. So kind of like
That's
True,
got
the movie also was separate. Yeah, damn.
the chronological ordering of the show.
You would need to watch the movie and the flashbacks to understand all of it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
you do, you really do. It's fun that they actually made the way the movie happened and the way they worked the movie into canon is really awesome, because that show was going to be Yuta, the main character, and the man in the movie is like straight up a protagonist. So then
That's
to
interesting.
work that into the lore of JJK where he's not the protagonist anymore is really interesting.
Oh,
I don't think I've
yeah.
seen that before.
It's
It's
awesome.
okay, Snake. You guys will bully me when you start talking about Dragon Ball. It's okay. Anyways, so big event yesterday. Well, at the time of recording yesterday is the
Right.
Bandai event, but I think the biggest thing that happened for sure is like more sparkling zero like footage and stuff that got like released. What do you guys think about that game? Are you guys like hyped to see where that goes and stuff?
Yeah, it's got some bubbles. Sparkling Zero is definitely not still
up.
zero.
No,
didn't-
you're already
I-
roasting him. No, you
Damn
can't
it!
roast him already.
Tenkaichi 4, right? That's what the real OGs would say, right? I totally am a Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah.
Sparking.
Sparking Zero showed gameplay for the first time, kind of. There were some gameplay trailers, but like gameplay uncut with a HUD and everything is the first time. In addition to that, they revealed 11 more characters.
How many are Goku?
And, sorry?
How many of those 11 characters are Goku?
None, but they have revealed 11 Gokus so far.
Well, yeah, that's the very first trailer that you revealed that.
And 13 Vegetas, yes.
Yes.
So we got
It's amazing.
11 Gokus and 13 Vegetas so far.
Even when they
Uh,
say they're not going to do that, they still usually wind up doing that. Because even for Dragon Ball Fighters, they're like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to put like 5 Gokus and 5 Vegetas. And then like they totally did. And you're like, oh, well. They also put in the same clone character, or the same fusion characters twice technically, but one's the movie version, so you still got a different kit and look. But it's still like, wait, Vegeta's already in here, and Gogeta's already in here.
At the end of the day, isn't that what matters? Isn't it just like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
he's
true.
got a different kit, he's got a different moveset, so he's a different character, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's kind of it, I think.
It's kind of crazy when you realize that Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22 and Dragon Ball GT Final Bout are like the two most influential Dragon Ball games.
What?
Because they're the ones that had like multiple Gokus and Gohans, and now every Dragon Ball game has to do that. So really,
You're saying those were the first games that had multiple Gokus and Gohans? You might be right. You might be right. Yeah.
So they're very important to the history of Dragon Ball games. No one can deny that now.
I haven't thought about it that way. You might be onto something, actually.
And Budokai
those might
was
be the
simple.
first ones.
You just powered up and reached all the forms. It was simple. You just went, and you got 2 and 3, and then you got 4, and that's what I liked.
Yeah. 'Cause in Budokai, the transformations don't actually change your moveset. They change your supers. So, like, maybe
And your damage goes crazy.
Maybe they're echo characters, a little bit.
Yeah.
Some transformations
Fighters.
move your moveset. Yeah, echo fighters. But in Tenkaichi, your whole moveset changes, or used to. I don't know about it now. I'll definitely have to look at that trailer closely, because now we actually have gameplay of base Goku, base Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, so we can actually look into the moveset and see if it actually changes like it did in Tenkaichi 3. But back in Tenkaichi 3, something as simple as Cell has perfect form, and then has super perfect form, which is same model with lightning showing up around it, right?
Yeah.
But the moveset is different. And so that was enough for Perfect Cell to be the top tier and Super Perfect Cell to be A tier. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Even though they
There you
look the
go.
same. Yeah.
Yeah.
The tier list is gonna be insane in this new game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And no one's going to agree on it. And it doesn't matter, because then they release a balance patch and no one has any idea again. But Tenkaichi 3, the tier list is pretty much set in stone, because that game has been out for so long and has no balance changes. So you can be pretty confident that the tier list they have is final. I can give you a link if you want to show it on screen.
So,
But,
since there's...
okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
So I was going to say, since there's several characters in Dragon Ball lore who can drain energy from the opponent, I really do want the option to take the Super Saiyan away. Like, you pop Super Saiyan, I touch you as Android 19 and just suck your Super
Ooh.
Saiyan out. Thump, and it's like, ha. Nice
That's
try,
interesting.
bitch.
They do have energy absorption in Tenkaichi, but I
thanks.
don't think it takes away transformations. I think
That's what
it's
I'm saying,
always
though. It
like
should.
Of course,
It
Broly
should,
is
though.
top tier.
so Broly's top tier, but actually Cell is the most played. Not a lot of people play Broly. I think Broly has an obvious counterplay. I from what I remember.
I saw your tournament video,
not
so
much.
yes, there were a lot of
Okay.
cells in that one. That was very fun.
Yeah. Cell, Gogeta, Android 17 is a lot. There's a lot of them, for sure.
That actually is a giant selling point, in my opinion, why I'm very interested in the new Sparking Zero, not the soda, because of the sheer amount of roster size that they're showing that potentially will be in the game and stuff. That's insane. 160-ish characters.
164.
Gonna be
That's
so
much
at least what they're
content.
showing at the final of at the end of the trailers. They're showing all the hexagons, and there's 164 in there. So
Insane.
that's the biggest launch roster in history. I think Tenkaichi 3 had 161, and think
Oh,
about
wow.
what that means, because Tenkaichi 3 had 2 games to build up on. So
Yeah.
they had a lot of characters from previous games that they could just port. I think the most characters they made for a Tenkaichi game was 76 or 77. I think that was for Tenkaichi 2. That's how many characters they added from Tenkaichi 1 to Tenkaichi 2.
I see.
Yeah. So for Tenkaichi 3, they didn't make even 70 characters. They made less than that. It's just they reworked all the previous ones and had a big roster. So 164 is a huge roster. And it's the biggest in launch. It's just not the biggest overall, because Xenoverse has been out for so long that with DLC, that game has, I think, close to 200. But with time, eventually DLC and whatnot, I think Sparking Zero is going to be the biggest ever.
Damn. And I mean, it's not even just not small move sets and stuff. It's there's an entire animation style that actually looks good and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, my favorite character ever, Kakunsa, is in there, so, I mean, it's
Okay.
already the best
Yeah,
game.
Of course.
When I saw that trailer and the characters that they were showing off, those seem to be the newer Dragon Ball characters, and then they also then show oh, here's Master Roshi, so here's also more OG and stuff. So I think like the variety of there, I'm very excited to see where they go to.
Something interesting with Master Roshi, now that you mention him, confirmed that he cannot fly if you look at that trailer closely. Like, Roshi cannot fly.
That's canon,
and
right?
In Tenkaichi 3, Roshi and Hercule had the backpack, like the jetpack to fly around. Roshi doesn't have a jetpack in that game, so I'm curious how that's going to work.
Is it going to be like Dragon Ball Fighters, where you like shoots
the reverse Kamehameha? Could be.
Yeah.
That does make like movement a little bit tricky. Like with the movement they showed during the gameplay section, like there's a lot of short dashing in the air. Like it's how is he gonna do that? Does he just keep shooting Kamehamehas one side or the other?
Roshi not being able to fly does not make sense anymore lore wise, because we've seen people who have no experience and who are not Saiyan still learn how to fly in like a matter of days.
So fast. So like if Videl can do it, it's like, come on, Roshi.
Gohan's just that good of a teacher. Maybe he's just that good, even though it made no sense to us.
That's what
they could just make up some lore. They could just have it. Well, Goku doesn't need the flying Nimbus anymore, so he lets Master Roshi use it.
That's what I was thinking.
No, but Master Roshi cannot ride the Nimbus because he's not pure of heart.
True.
Oh, he's a huge degenerate. You're right. Yeah, he's a huge degenerate. Yeah, let's be real. Master Roshi can't be allowed to fly because he would just like ogle women's cleavage from above. So he can't be allowed to have it.
Goku teaches him the Kamehameha from the feet that he never uses anymore, but Roshi can use it now.
True. Yeah.
Oh, he used to fly.
I guess that would be the ultimate motivation for Roshi to learn, right? He
keeps
just
the hands behind his back
cleavages
the whole time.
from the sky.
We just reached a milestone on our podcast that we usually get. Mr. Globku, you may not know, but one of us said the word feet, so very great job there. I'm very happy that you said that. Good job. It's a thing on this channel for some reason. So I got a question about the Tenkaichi game. So, like, as you said, there's like 11 Gokus, and as you saw in the gameplay, like he transforms from base form to blue hair form. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious then, like, on the how does that work, and how does that work with like picking the character on the roster? So it's like, do you pick Super Saiyan Goku and you start off like that, or like?
Right.
Yeah, I'm curious how that mechanic works overall.
The answer is yes. The answer is you pick whatever you want. So in the base roster, I think it's gonna be very much like Tenkaichi 3, or at least it looks like it's gonna be like that. The character select screen that shows up at the end of the trailers, that's not the character select screen in a game. It's just for marketing and just like a visual representation of everyone.
I see. Okay.
So
if you play Goku, you just get like base Goku.
So there are actually 4 base Gokus.
Okay.
Of course.
Right? So you have Goku early.
Yeah.
So you have Goku early. You might have Kid Goku still. I still think there's going to be a Kid Goku. There's still going to be more Gokus. I don't think
that's
there's
not even on the confirmed roster list yet. Okay.
Yeah. But like you have Goku early from the Saiyan Saga. He doesn't have any transformations, but he has a skill for Kaioken. So like he can buff himself with Kaioken. The difference there is that because it's not a transformation, it doesn't give you a new moveset. But it's a buff, so Kaioken kind of works like that. I think it's actually lore accurate. Then you have the famous Goku mid, and you start in base form. Yeah, you start in base form, and you can go Super Saiyan because that's Frieza Saga, right? Then you have Goku end, which is Buu Saga Goku, and he's got Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and then you have Goku Super, which is the new Goku, the one that we saw in the gameplay. He has base Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan Blue. You can pick any of those forms for any of those Goku at the character select screen. So if you want to start as Super Saiyan God, you can. But if you pick Goku Super, you're restricted to those 4 transformations. You can't go Super Saiyan 3. You can only go Super Saiyan 3 if you pick Goku End. But if you pick Goku End, you can't go Super Saiyan Blue, right? Yeah. So you have a set of transformations available, and you can jump into the game with any transformation. That's how it used to be in Tenkaichi 3, and we assume that's going to be the same here. But, yeah.
And are they like, would you say like moveset-wise, are they like all 4 of these would be like different? What I mean is like, so like you could play early Goku, and maybe he'd be stronger in the tier list compared to like blue hair Goku and stuff?
Right. Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I mean, pull up the Tenkaichi 3 tier list. I think you can find base... Let's look at base Gokus only. You have Goku, I'm gonna say that's Goku mid on the A tier.
Oh, okay.
You can see him.
the middle?
Goku End is on the B tier, and Goku Early is on the C tier.
Wow. That is
So
very
that's
interesting.
three base Gokus that are like held, have completely different strengths competitively because their movesets are different. I might be wrong on what the portraits are, but you get the idea.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
base Goku, different tier list, different movesets.
I just love how that
Omega-
one golden guy, isn't that guy like movie only, who's in S tier? He's right in front of Trunks. The golden
He is
probably right.
GT.
Oh, no,
He's
Trump,
GT.
sorry.
GT,
Yeah.
that's
He's
what it is.
the-
Yeah, I love that he's just up
The
there.
4-star. He's the 4-star dragon from GT.
Oh, yeah, I
he
see.
eventually gets sucked by Omega Shenron and
Yes.
becomes absorbed in part of him. But he's up there because he's got the best Key Blast in the game.
Oh,
Basically.
Ah.
Yeah.
Shoot, I forgot her name, but that's not a Dragon Ball character. The robot girl on A
Arali?
S minus. Yeah, do you think
Yeah.
she'll be coming back?
My chat seems to think so. I put her on my prediction because chat said yes, and I don't
There
know
you go.
about that, but I really claim no responsibility. Like if that doesn't happen, I'm not taking the L. That's my chat's fault.
good. Yes.
Blaming
Blame
chat.
the audience. Yes.
If she
Always
makes it
works.
though, it's my chat's W. So
I saw a lot of people making like the roster predictions, and also putting them like in orders of like grouping them up. So it's like the Boo saga, the Trunks saga, and all that kind of stuff. And now that this like new trailer drops and it's like showcases where the characters are, it's like, oh, this doesn't make any sense at all.
yeah,
Like
they
where
fucked that
these
up.
characters are.
They screw that up.
Bro.
That's so random, dude. The one thing they're doing that has some sort of order is they're keeping transformations together. So they haven't revealed base Trunks yet, but you know base Trunks is going to be next to the Super Saiyans. That's the one thing they're doing. It's keeping
Okay.
transformations together. And I think they might keep fusions together too. Because there's a space in between Goku and Vegeta that feels like a character goes in there. So it just feels like that's how fusions are going to work too.
So there's still some theory crafting here, even though it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
seem
they
to-
ruined the arcs. You know, the sagas are in shambles because you
Yeah.
have hit next to Saiyan Saga Vegeta in the middle. Okay,
Yes.
what are we doing?
And
So if you look on the right side of Trunks, you have two Trunks Super Saiyan. So Super Saiyan Trunks and Super Trunks close to each other.
Yeah.
And right next to that, you have three Vegetas clumped together. So you know base Trunks is going to be in there, like clumped together with the other ones.
Uh-huh.
But then you let's look at the middle. You see Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. And on the other side, there's a little space into Super Saiyan God Goku. Like, what goes in between the two, right? There might be a fusion in there. Same for the Buu Saga on the left side. You see Super Saiyan Vegeta next to Super Saiyan Goku, but there's a space in between them. So that might be fusions, but that's a theory for now. We don't know if that's going to happen.
This would be a nightmare for me because even games that I play regularly, sometimes I just want to try another character that I enjoy playing, but it's been a bit, and I can't find them on the roster, and it's just 20 characters, and I'm like, where are they? I can't imagine on this, dude. Like, I want to play so-and-so. Oh, God.
I've been playing
Where's
the
Goku
video.
mid?
I've been playing the
There might be
video or
favorites.
series for a while about how modern character selection screens are just really terrible. And there's no consideration for trying to find the characters. Like, you really should be able to be like, okay, well, here's this character. If I know where they are, I should be able to find this other character based on their relationship to them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like the way that you have like Scorpion and Sub-Zero are opposite each other all the time. Well, so
Right.
should Sonya and Kano, Liu Kang, Shang Tsung,
Gotcha.
Goku, Vegeta. But this just looks like, oh my god. But it's even worse here because it's like, okay, I want to find Super Saiyan Goku, whatever. Okay, well here's all the Gokus. I can't find this Goku within all the Gokus.
Right. The way Tenkaichi did it was kind of chronological. So like you would have a ton of pages. It was also not a great system. But you have a line of like, okay, here's Goku early and the early on characters, and then you scroll, okay, here's Frieza Saga characters. Okay, you scroll, here's Cell Saga characters. It was still not great because you'd get to like page 10, it's like here's movie characters, I guess. I don't know. There's some randomness. I don't know. That's like a complex puzzle though. Because you go
True.
Scorpion, Sub-Zero. Sure, that makes sense. Sonya, Kano, okay. Where do we put Rain? Like you start to get into some specific characters, and it's like, this is tough. This is tough. Where it's an interesting puzzle though.
Mhm.
Yes.
I was looking at the roster for MK1, and it kind of makes sense until it falls apart. Like the top middle, it's like, oh, the ninja characters, right? Then below that, it's like, oh, these are kind of like the Earthrealm defenders, but then like they couldn't fit Kenshi in there, so Kenshi's just stuck to the right with with Lee Mei and Baraka. And then on the left-hand top, you have the Edenian, so that actually makes sense. But then Sindel's also Edenian, but force her down to the other people and just call that like the leaders of Outworld, I guess.
Outworlders, something, yeah.
And then Natara and Ashura, because they're like the monster characters, technically. That kind of makes sense, but then it falls apart, you know? It was close.
You can only go so far, because then you go, okay, what's Peacemaker? You know, is he an Earthrealm
DLC can still always be on the edge. DLC is always on the edge.
That on the bottom
DLC
right, you see that like little plus icon. I think because of the DLC, that's in the middle right now.
Yeah.
I got to find the updated one. I'll bring that up in just a bit.
But you know, it could be worse, guys. There are some fighting games like Bloody Roar one time had you like spin a wheel and have to circle through each character to get to the one that you wanted because you couldn't like skip around. You know what I mean? Imagine that for Dragon Ball. You're forced to just keep spinning the wheel. Like where are they? One at a time. Ding 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 ding.
Oh my gosh, with 164 characters.
Well, some games did that. I think Budokai 3, I think, did that.
Maybe so.
I
think
very
it's going
Yeah,
back to me.
Budokai did that. Yeah, Budokai did that. Yeah.
And that had like 109 or something like that. And that, so you had to go through like that. It was absurd. But at least there, it was on like, okay, so you have Goku, Kid Goku, maybe one of the Goku. And they're not all separate. It's just like, here's the one. So
yeah,
that system with the way it is now, oh no. Oh no. There it is.
I love it.
That's it.
Oh, yeah. That looks very classic, though.
You have Naruto Clash of Ninja, which is also from the developers that did Bloody Roar, which is the exact same system. Yeah, it's the exact same system.
Jump Force did something like that as well. It wasn't like that, but it's like a line. Just one line with the characters going across, and you have to scroll through to get to all the characters.
This brings back memories. It's the scrolling, dong 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 dong. The sound
exactly.
effect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, there's two Narutos on the right and on the left as well. Two of them surrounding Hinata.
Yeah, there's two Hinatas in that game.
Yes.
Two Hinatas,
two Sasuke's, two Narutos.
Yes.
You know, I have to say this is too funny. So, because Shona Dog was talking about the MK1 roster. Here's the updated version. Oh, so now I'm sure we can move Kenshi over to the middle since that's all the. No, we're putting Lee Mei there. Kenshi, you still stay with the monster.
Oh, you're right.
Why? Oh man, why they do that?
It's also funny how like they only sectioned it off, not to make them into factions, but just because they probably thought it was easier on the eye to like go to groups instead of like having to go like all at once, I guess. Otherwise, I don't get why they split them up at all. It is easier,
but they're right
on the eye.
They are totally right. Yeah, that's genius.
But you know what fighting games should do, and maybe some have already? There should be an option for me to hotkey on my controller and press a button to get the character I want. And it should be like something you can do in the options menu. Like when I press square, I just get this character when I'm in the character select.
Like
and then if I press X, I get this character.
Selection.
Like a favorite selection.
Well, for the big rosters, like Tekken 8 already has like almost 30 characters, so it's like I need to like have a quick select, like pwing, and just go there, you know?
Well, some games will have it where you can choose a favorite and then it'll start you on that character. Like I think some of the Tekken games did that.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
FighterZ has
I want more, though.
teams that you can save. So.
Yeah, because you got to pick 3 characters. Yeah.
Yeah, with FighterZ you have to pick 3 characters, and there's teams you can save. I don't know if that works on local. I think it does.
You know,
I guess like in tournaments you never have that because like the setup you didn't set it up ahead of time on the setup for tournament. But I think in training I can do that. So in local I can probably do that too. You have up to like 10 saved teams if you want. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to pick character, color, assists. Like there's a lot. So in tag games definitely makes sense too. But I see what you mean. Like there's so many buttons you're not pressing in the character select screen that you could just totally have some.
I used to get so lost in Tekken 7 because there's so much color, and I would just get lost. And you get like 7 seconds to pick your character. They are fast in this game. They do not want you to waste the opponent's time. So like you better be quick to pick your character.
What's customized slots? Yeah, you press X for customized slots. What is that?
It's just your costumes and stuff.
Your skins.
You can customize your character. Yeah.
Oh, okay, but you have to select the character first. You can't
Yes.
just like press X and go to the character you saved. Okay.
No. And the cool thing is they have they finally added this towards the end of the game, and it's carried over to Tekken 8, where before if you wanted to like use a certain costume, you had to make a custom slot and then equip that alternate outfit. Now that's pre-done for you. All their built-in outfits are like already pre-ready, and you can just like press square and go to one of their like alternate outfits. You don't have to do it yourself and make it in customization mode and then add it, which is so nice. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that.
This is 7 though, right?
Big fan of basic features.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of basic features. I also love how big the random button is for some reason. This is just too
Yeah.
For some reason.
Ooh.
Y'all sure you don't want a random? I think the Tekken 8's character select screen is much cleaner.
Oh yeah.
Much cleaner. It's like you don't have that overload of color anymore. You don't have as much of a problem like finding a portrait, because they really they just put the character model in there almost, and the character model leaving the portraits causes a lot of chaos, a lot of visual noise. Tekken 8's just a lot cleaner with that.
Yes.
For now.
Tekken 8 doing a lot of things correct. Also that the oh,
you're a shill, huh? So you're a shill, I hear. Okay.
I used the jukebox already, and I made it all like Tekken 3 music because that's my nostalgia. I mean, if I'm a shill for Tekken, I'll get way less heat than being a shill for Mortal Kombat. That's for sure. So if I have to adopt that new badge, then I'll take it.
Mortal Kombat creator cannot shill Mortal Kombat. That's crazy.
You can't even talk positive about it because then you're coping super hard. And it's like, I'm just saying the things that are good. I got dragged for literally just reporting on numbers that I found on a website that actively tracks player data. And the game was just doing better than I thought. And that's all I talked about was like, oh, dude, this game actually has way more daily players than I thought. And then someone made a video saying I was lying. And I was like, what? Hey! And there were some numbers wrong on that website that I didn't catch because it had like a glitch or something. But most of what I reported on was 100% correct. And it's still like in the thumbnail, it's like fabricating, lying, peddling lies to his fans.
But,
and I'm like, what
but
the
there was
fuck?
one thing you said that was false, man. There was one thing you said was false, so the whole video is invalid now. Yeah, I know. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And you
Made
mentioned
a minor spelling error, whole point invalidated.
It's funny because Globku, you mentioned having an impact on the developers for giving them honest feedback, right? I experienced the opposite, where because I made that video, the same person said, like, in their video at the very start, like, I think he was put up to this. It looks very likely that someone asked him to make this video to do damage control for the game. And I'm like, you think they would pick me? I'm not even the biggest MK guy. I'm not even the positive guy all the time. If there is a video topic that I think will get watched by people, I'll make a negative one. Do it all the time if I think it's like what people want to watch. And like, so I'm not the guy they would approach.
It doesn't matter. Your history doesn't matter because people caught your video on their recommended. So for a lot of people, that's the first time they've seen you. And so your history does not matter. Your body of work does not matter. You're shilling for a game that they think is bad. You've probably been bribed in some way. I've had that too, man. Like to the point that it's like, okay, I made one positive video about this game that people have a negative perception on. Let's say they did a good patch, right? Oh, they did a good patch. They're doing good. Okay, good. That's the first step to recovery and whatnot. Like, oh, he's clearly been paid by Bandai Namco or whatever to make this video. Like, there's 10 videos of me shitting on this game, man. There's 10 videos. You caught the one. But
I mean, conspiracy brain is real,
made
dude.
the decision this week. I have made the decision to stop reading comments. I've thought about this a lot, many times in the past. This week, I have made the decision to stop reading comments, and it's because of Sparking Zero. Like the channel is doing really well, but Sparking Zero is too popular, and I'm getting too many dumb comments in my comment section. It's making me angry. So I have made the conscious decision to just not read comments anymore. I will engage with fans through Discord, through Twitter, through YouTube premieres, through live streams. There's plenty of places for you to talk to me. I'm not talking to the comments. I'm not reading any of them. I'm done. There's too many dumb takes over there. Too many.
Well,
like I can't.
I'm very curious though. I don't think because if it's something like negative towards you, like I can understand. But if it's just stupid comments, and I'm kind of curious, like what kind of stuff are you? What kind of dumb takes are you getting here then?
Well, let's say I'm talking about the roster. I'm talking about what Kakunsa being announced means for the roster, and we have the roster screen that is 164 characters, right? Think about that. 164 characters at launch. Biggest launch roster in Dragon Ball history. They add Kakunsa. I'm not sure there's space to add Dragon Ball Superhero now. Because of the way the roster is organized and whatnot. Like, there's no space to put these characters in the launch roster. They might be DLC. And the takes are like, well, clearly, they're going to have more than 164 characters. Like, they're going to reveal a second screen of more characters. Because obviously...
Clearly.
Whoa. Wow.
I don't want to argue with them. You know, I just don't.
You see, if you look at the screenshot, you see the little triangles. That's actually a smoke screen. They're actually going to face outward, and you go to that, and it moves over to another screen that's just as big with just as many characters and forms. That's definitely what's going to happen. You just don't understand.
Yeah,
you're just a fraud.
But it could be Snake. It could be, and I'm happy to debate this with you, and I will debate this with you, and we'll reach a conclusion. But then after we have this debate, someone else is going to start that debate over and going to be like, "Well, there's going to be a second page. We just talked about this in the other thread. You just didn't see it. I'm not going to start this up."
Yeah.
That's the thing. It could happen. There could be more characters than 164. Who knows? I would be very excited if it happens. But all evidence points to 164 characters. And how is the biggest Dragon Ball roster in history not enough? How is it not enough?
No. Gacha games have more. So not enough.
No, they don't. That's the crazy that even gacha games don't have more. They add more over time, but at launch they don't have that many.
Oh, true. Yes.
And this will have DLC. This will have more characters, but dude.
People get so angry about things. It's not just a case of, I don't want this to be the case. It's, I don't want this to be the case, therefore it will not be the case. I want there to be more characters, therefore there definitely will be. And if you disagree, then you're wrong. It's like, what are you, Six?
Yeah. No, that's the energy. That's the energy for sure. Like, oh, because he said it, like this guy's an asshole because like he's campaigning for this to happen. No, it's a prediction. I had so many people happy. I had so many people that were happy when Kakunsa was announced because that meant my prediction was wrong. Like, bro, who guessed this character? Who guessed that she was gonna make it in? And
So
obviously, I'm not gonna guess 164 characters correctly. I got one wrong so far. Whoever gets 164 correct is not predicting anything. They have an inside source. There's no other way.
Especially when like 14 are the same character, it makes it a lot harder to guess them all.
True.
Like,
How many Gokus are there going to be?
There could be 3 Piccolos, it could be 4, there could just be 1. We don't know. Who knows?
They truly can. I guessed. How many Pickles did I guess? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 4 Piccolos. But now that I'm not sure Dragon Ball Super is going to be in the base game, maybe there's only 1 Piccolo. We'll see. But it's predictions. It's fun.
Gohan.
You know, it's all good fun. It's like predicting the characters. Doesn't mean that I'm campaigning for that to be the right roster. It doesn't mean like I'm gonna be super sad if the roster is wrong. And then I start like to zoom out a little bit to pull myself out of that like niche, that whole conversation, that chaos, that like all that hate. And I'm like, did I give people bad financial advice with this or something? Did they lose their mortgage or what? I'm talking about a video game roster, man. Why are people so upset?
Exactly.
So
They're
I've
upset,
stopped reading
Globku,
comments
because
it puts me in this state. So I have to stop reading comments.
Globku, they're upset because they think that when you put a prediction out there that you're actually influencing the developers. They don't realize that it's already decided.
Ooh.
They think you are actively affecting the outcome, because I've experienced this myself where they're like, well, now that you've said it, they're going to do blank. And it's like, the game's already done. They're just finishing it. They're just fine-tuning the game's ready.
To be fair, there are things that I think we do that influence them, but this is not one of them. And I don't think the average fan has to know that stuff. You know, they don't have to know like, oh, what's done, what's not done. They don't have to understand video game development. But also, I don't think like if you don't understand video game development, you shouldn't have those takes be so solidified, so set in stone. Like clearly they're gonna have more characters. No, you don't understand how much this shit costs, bro. But
True.
If there's like a balance change, I think your videos could influence them. Because like you have enough of a reach and you have enough of exposure. Doesn't mean like you made a video saying this character is broken. That's all it takes for them to nerf a character, especially in a game as big as Mortal Kombat. But that might be all it takes for them to look into it, and then make an informed decision. I know I have caused balance changes in the past. I know for a fact I have done that because there was broken stuff in My Hero 1's Justice for like a year, and as soon as I made a video about it, like it got fixed the next patch. Like, okay, so this has been broken for so long, and you guys never caught it until I made the video. Sure,
Nice.
fine.
I'm a big fan of things being broken, though. I've made it very clear that I don't care if something is unfair and ridiculous. My only real gripe is when things just don't work as intended. Like in Mortal Kombat 11, this one character had a move where it says mid, which means you should not be able to duck under it. The opponent could duck under it. It's like, you got to fix that because that's meant to hit mid, or like the first hit of the string would knock the opponent so far back that the follow-ups would miss, and you would get punished for landing the hit. And it's like, got to fix that too, right? Like that's just ridiculous.
Right.
But otherwise, bring the broken shit. I really don't care. I think it's hilarious.
I think there's some broken shit that ruins games.
It can. Yeah.
Demon Slayer
Yes.
is like the prime example for me, where
Okay.
yeah, they made Susamuru a zoner, very very strong, and no one wants to play that game anymore because you either pick her or you're just not winning. I don't know if you know this, but like I have a big tournament that I'm trying to do yearly. Last year was the first time I did it, which is called Ultimate Burst. And I'm trying to like take all the good things from the FGC and applying it to the anime game space that doesn't have like a major tournament to look forward to. And I'm trying to make Ultimate Burst that tournament that people look forward to every year, or one of them. I'm hoping like other creators pick up the slack and like create a circuit almost. But right now, Ultimate Burst is like the one that people are like, every year we have an anime game tournament that we can work towards and celebrate anime games and whatnot. Last year, Demon Slayer was the last tournament in the lineup, the one with the most signups. Grand Finals was an hour and a half because it was two zoners throwing balls at each other, going like finding the one hit, and as soon as a player got one hit, they would run away and try to time out. Like they were trying hard for the big prize, man. Yeah. So it ended in a lot of like timeout draws because no player wanted to commit and risk losing the round. It went long, and I think that grand finals, people were already pissed off about the state of the game at that point, and that grand finals was just like, okay, game's dead from now on. Like this was the big tournament everyone was looking forward to. We'll practice, we'll play it, and then everyone dropped it. There's some tournaments still, definitely not as high level anymore. And a lot of tournaments are now banned tournaments where some characters are just banned from being played.
Okay.
Otherwise, like the game is just dead. So
And
broken
the game
stuff
is never
can
getting
definitely
patched anymore, right? Like it's done.
probably
like,
not.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not. The crazy thing is that character was already strong and they buffed her, and it's like, okay, all right, now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I do wonder if developers just play with each other on the couch and make their balance updates based on that. Like, dude, Greg the other day hit me with this thing and I was pissed. Nerf that. But my character, I couldn't win. Buff this character because like they make the most outlandish, like you said, good character gets buffed like for no reason, and it's like, what's going on here? It's so funny.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Did
like,
that happen
have
with
you?
Johnny Cage? Like Johnny Cage was like really high tier. Then they said all the stuff. People were like, oh, we need to nerf this, and it was like, now we'll just make him stronger. Didn't that happen with this game?
In Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
1, yeah.
They
He got
finally
nerfed a
nerfed him,
little
but
bit recently though, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna be enough, right?
his nerfs were just normalization because he was already like, for no reason, his down one was faster than everybody else's, and it's like, well, now it's normal. So that's fair, right? he's weaker now. Listen, I like Johnny Cage being the best character though, just because like he's Johnny Cage, and I don't think Johnny Cage has ever been like indisputably number one. So it kind of makes me happy.
If you guys
Sub-Zero
wanna
and
see something
Scorpion being bottom
crazy-
tier is also super funny. To make the best characters, like the fan favorites, be the worst is so funny to me. That would be like Ultra Instinct Goku being the weakest character in Spark or Sparking. Spark Zero.
Give Krillin, let
Yeah.
Krillin be number one.
Yeah,
I don't think
Yeah,
that would
why
happen. That would never happen in Sparking Zero. Like licensors.
He did this.
Well,
He did this. He is number one.
Sure. It could happen in like old Dragon Ball games when patches were not a thing, but now licensors will actually look at that stuff and be like, no, this character cannot be weaker. It's Ultra Instinct, man. Like that.
Yep.
The actual Toei will step in and go, game balance bad, make it better, and that's it's crazy. I've linked to the Demon Slayer tournament.
I'm looking
if you
at
ever
it,
want
yep.
to show
Demon
it.
Slayer,
You can,
the Susumaru Chronicles Dodgeball
I-
Edition.
It sucks because I love this
I have
character too.
timestamped it so you can watch those final 15 seconds of grand finals reset, round 5, and how that just ends in a draw because no player wanted to commit. That was it. That was the whole grand finals, man.
I love how it cuts to him just leaning back in his chair. He's like, well,
Wow. Draw.
it's a shame because I love that character too. When I was watching the show, I was already like, oh, I like her design. And then she like gets muscular. I'm like, yes. Then she gets more arms. I'm like, yes. This character's awesome. Then she fucking died. But
Is this character in the game?
Is that Muzan?
I don't remember the names.
Is that a
tell.
Muzan form? A Muzan, I think so.
It's the
So
villain
Muzan is like the
in
main
woman
villain.
form.
the
Yes.
main
Yeah,
villain
main
just trying to
villain
look
woman.
feminine.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
When
don't get
does
why
that
Japan does
happen
that.
chronologically? Is that season 2? Or is that season 1?
Has that happened yet?
That has happened for sure.
I stopped watching after the movie, so I have no idea.
So you watched
Did
the
that
season
happen
one and then
before
the
the
movie.
Okay, so like the game covers season 1 and the movie. I don't think is that
I think
is
the
that
character
before?
was just introduced before then, around that time. I think so. Like one episode of season 2, where they're going around in like a male form in like a white suit or something.
Michael Jackson.
I've not seen
Yeah.
it in a while.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson is in the game in story mode, but not as a playable character. And I'm trying to think
Aw.
whether that showed up in story mode or not. I
No,
don't think
He
so.
never became DLC. I see.
No,
I
he
still
didn't.
can't believe the entire movie became a whole season. Like they actually did that.
I mean, Dragon Ball
Like the
did that
nerve.
too.
I know they had to be what inspired that idea. Like, oh well, Super did it.
Isn't
Oh, well.
Chainsaw Man gonna do that now? Right?
Maybe I've already finished Chainsaw Man, so I don't care what they do. And I'm trying to keep up with the new arc, but it's not the most interesting thing to me, honestly. So I'm like, oh well.
I mean,
What do you
original
mean you
Chainsaw
finished
Mans are very
Chainsaw?
good. So
I agree. The tone is so different from the anime. Like they really did a good job making it fun because the manga is very depressing. Without spoiling anything.
yeah, we're being as Snake hasn't seen it yet. So are you going to be you're going to be doing another like tournament again this year, right?
Yeah, I'm currently planning for it, for sure.
Okay.
Usually, I thought I was gonna make these in September always. Last one was in September, but UFA. I don't know if you guys are familiar with UFA. It's a big Europe major for fighting games. They changed from November to September, so it would kind of overlap with my thing. And I'm thinking I'll just move mine to November because I do like going to UFA, so I
I
won't
see.
want that to overlap. Yeah, I also have like a very good relationship with Damascus and the organization of UFA, and there's a chance I might even be able to like host something there, like maybe a Naruto Storm Connections local or whatever.
I was
like,
about to bring that up. Yeah, 'cause, like if you
I
guys are going to
pushed
do a
I pushed for
Connections
that.
tournament.
I pushed for that last year, but I was a bit late on it organization wise, and I was also like recruited to commentate Dragon Ball FighterZ, so it was a bit of a weird overlap. But this year I'm in early. There's no promises. But I'm working on it with Damascus, and we'll see if we can make something happen.
Cool.
Yeah.
I because you mentioned the Susune like mirror matches. Hoping that it's not gonna just be Sourdough mirror matches in the tournament there too.
There's going to be balance patches from now until then. I think the next one, actually, they just tweeted. There's the second DLC pack is coming out next week, available March 28th. And they did promise a balance patch, so I think a balance patch was going to hit before this
Alright.
DLC, probably
If
on
they
the
just buffer
27th.
again,
Sourdough
have you
from
considered
6 years ago. can finally
Buffer
get
again,
nerfed.
yeah. It's the same
again.
developer. The same developer that buffs Susamu when she was strong is the Storm Connections developer. So who knows? Who knows?
Also, Sourdough has like 3 versions or something, right? And this is like the first version still. Like she's still like the most broken one, right?
Yeah, she is.
Have you ever
She is,
considered,
definitely.
like,
Top one
if you
for-
have to, just ban the character from the tournament if they're like that toxic, where like they're just not fun to watch? And because, like, for example, during Injustice 2, if I had a tournament, I would have banned Deadshot the first few months the game was out
Damn.
because he was just ridiculous, and everyone had to pick him to win. Like grand finals was always Deadshot versus Deadshot. So I would have just banned him, like personally.
Okay.
You ever consider that? Like this character's banned.
I am one of the biggest fighters against that ideology. Like someone's broken, we should ban. Nah, we should play them until this game dies. That's what we should do. We should show them the problem instead of just talking about the problem. Because chances are, maybe that's not the problem. Maybe there's an easy counterplay. You know, just like and anime game players, I feel like they don't lab as much as FGC does.
Yeah.
So sometimes they will call something broken before it actually is. And sometimes they'll ban stuff ahead of time when like it was actually not a problem at all. I think Susamoto, we established that she's definitely a problem through months and months of competition. And through a lot of players like trying to counterpick and whatnot. And I think some counterplay was found, but ultimately, like you still had to like outplay the hell out of Susamoto.
A little too late at this time.
It wasn't even like too late. It was just like we found the counterplay, but I still have to like lock in and play a lot better. It's possible. It's more of like it's a counterplay that makes it possible, you know, but it's still very hard. With Sarada, I think with Sarada, she's definitely top one. But like there's a good number of broken characters in that game that you can still kind of pick. There's still some variety there. I saw a tournament the other day that banned like for Sarada, not really.
Really?
It's a good part of it kicked for sure. For Sarada, the thing is her second hit of the auto combo. So second hit is kunai that she throws forward, but it doesn't have kunai properties, so you can't dash through it. It counts as an attack. So imagine like a normal melee attack that you throw. Yeah, it's crazy priority. And because it's fast, you can like do 1-2 jump cancel and just do it again and do it again and do it again. So you have it's free zoning. It's the same problem as Susamoto, really, actually.
Didn't think of it that way.
Yeah. I saw a tournament recently that banned like 20 characters for Storm Connections. And Storm 4 had
20?
Yeah.
Holy crap. I don't
easy,
think I've heard of a tournament banning that many.
Dude, Storm 4 tournaments, competitive rules, you go look at it and it's like you see like 4 characters banned. And then it says also no dash cut characters, and that just bans like 10 others.
Wow.
Anime game competitions are much faster at banning broken stuff or stuff that is boring to watch, as you put it. And I'm actually one of the people that fights against it a lot. It's just like, no.
Yeah.
I want the broken stuff in.
Could you imagine a game like this new Dragon Ball game having a bunch of characters like that banned, and it's like, okay, how many Gokus got banned? How many Vegetas? How many have we got left?
Yeah. It's also a lot harder because some of those forms could be banned, but others aren't, so you just can't transform mid-game. It gets into some weird stuff.
I was thinking about that,
Yeah, Storm 4 got into that weird stuff. Like, Storm 4 had characters that were not banned, but their awakening was banned. So if you play that character, you can't go into awakening.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, because even back in the Smash Bros. Days, when they had the Ice Climbers throw infinite, they had to make a rule like, we're not going to ban Ice Climbers, but you can only throw loop twice, or something like that. You can only wobble twice. Because those individual rules.
We're not going to ban Virgil in Marvel 3, but you can't double trigger. You can't do his level 3.
No more swords.
Yeah. Playstyle bans are always weird. Playstyle bans are weird. There were bans of playstyle in Storm 4 that were like, you can't time waste. Like, what the fuck does that mean, man?
You can't time waste.
That's why the Arc games are so good, because they would give you like penalties for backdashing or walking back for too long.
Right.
Penalty. And it's like, oh.
I actually hate that. But yes.
No, me too. But I just wanted to bring up that there are developers that do that. They actually punish you for walking backwards.
Yeah, they do. Like, let me play defensive, man. If I can block this shenanigans that you're gonna throw at me, like, I should be rewarded, not penalized.
Right.
But anyway,
Justin
they
Wong
also
made,
have
like, an
guns in
entire
that
video
game,
about
so
that.
I guess that's a way to counter the guns.
Yeah. So what else did they reveal at that event besides Sparking Burst? Sparking
Nothing.
Zero.
No, I think it was just a sparking.
that's it?
Sparkling, sparkling flavor, 0 calories. That was the thing. It was kind of it was the gameplay reveal. They explained a little bit of mechanics. I still have to. I mean, by the time this comes out, I will have sat down and analyzed the crap out of it. Maybe even made a video. But I still need to do that. And then they played the Power versus Speed trailer, where they revealed the 11 new characters and show the roster screen that was like, oh, that order is very random. Anyone can make it now. Cool.
I do find it kind of interesting that like the 11 characters, the new characters they show are like, oh, these are all like new characters, and they show a bit of what they can do. And I'm still thinking like, didn't they also like flash like a bunch of characters? Like that's how we knew those characters were confirmable, like from that first trailer. But they haven't shown any gameplay of those characters yet.
Yeah, true. They haven't. They put them in the little character screen, but those flashes I don't think they will, to be honest. I think
do you think they'll show their gameplay?
I mean, maybe at some point, but not as like reveals. They have so many characters to reveal from now until there's no release date yet, but there's a lot of speculation that it's this holiday. I'm more on the side that it's 2025, but even with a 2025 release date, there's so many characters still left to reveal that they're doing 11 characters in a trailer. Like, think about that.
Yeah.
How do fighting games usually do character reveals? It's like one at a time. They're doing like, here's 11.
And that still might not be enough. That still might not be enough if it's like maybe a trailer per month. That's
I still recall back when we used to do the breakdown videos for Dragon Ball FighterZ, and those damn trailers were like a minute long. They were so short. And it's like, dude, I gotta turn this into an 8-minute video. Like, please give us a bit more like substance.
Same with Guilty Gear, right?
Yeah.
Like that's just what Arc System does. Like, here's your 1-minute trailer.
Nah,
We got
Guilty Gear has a bit more meat.
end.
Guilty Gear is a bit better.
Oh, the initial teasers sometimes.
Oh, the teasers, yeah.
But
Right.
Abba just got revealed, and she's like Abba just got revealed. She's got like a 3-minute trailer.
I'm so excited.
It's gotta-
I've wanted her back for so long, and like they changed her
you're-
character,
you're-
which was weird.
Congrats.
Oh, you're the
But-
Japanese polls, huh? You're in the Japanese polls, man.
So
she
it's
was
your
the like
fault.
number one character in Japan for such a long time. That's you. You're Mr. Japanese polls.
We were at the how was it called? Ghost Glyph or something like that. It's a giant arcade in Chicago. And like they had the Guilty Gear game that had her in it. And I'm like, let's go! And I play with the arcade stick because she hasn't been playable for like 2 decades. It's like, dude, please bring back Abba.
I have a video.
And,
I have a video in my subscription box, and maybe you can tell me what this is before I watch it. It's from Lord Knight, and the title is "Why Guilty Gear Players Strongly Dislike Abba."
I was just going to
before
mention
I
that,
watch
Globku, because I'm pretty sure he changed the title. Yesterday, it was why they hate her. And I think he got backlash, so it's strongly disliked. Because I'm like, I don't remember people hating Abba. So to me, I do have to watch it, but I used to watch guides on, for some reason I watch guides on games I can't play. Just because like the characters that have only been in a couple games fascinate me. So I want to learn like how they played. And Abba's gimmick back in the old games is that she's pretty garbage until she lands that one move where she sticks you with the key and gets like her crazy psycho power up. And then for like 10 seconds, she becomes the best character in the game. Like she becomes absurd. And that's like her,
so like
her
Jean Grey.
gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah. And but I don't think she takes damage from it or anything. But like the idea is that she's bad until she gets that. And it's the same thing in the new game, it looks like. The difference is now you can tell when she's powered up because the key gets all black and gooey, which is a very smart idea.
Yeah.
And they gave her green hair. I still don't get why her hair is green now. It's always been red. But I don't hate the
because of
change. I'm just
copper.
curious.
That's what people are like theorizing, because like when copper gets like rusted, like it turns from like bronze to green.
And her hair is
Like, that's
longer,
the
so they
theory.
could be implying that the time has passed. I mean, let's be real though. She's gonna have a color scheme that gives her the red hair, so it's not a big deal. Or
Oh, for
anything.
sure, yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I want to actually play Abba, and like that joke goes, right? All the Abba mains on their way to play her for the first time. Same with Biken, all the Biken mains on their way to play her for the first time. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll have to watch that Lord Knight video though. I love Lord Knight.
Yeah, I
He's
still
got
don't know
good
why they
content.
strongly dislike her though. Like that just sounds like a cool gimmick.
I don't think necessarily it's that they dislike Abba. I just think there's other characters that they rather want back, and it's like Abba is taking that slot. Abba is taking up Venom. How dare she?
Yeah,
Like, that's
Venom.
basically-
Venom's
yeah.
the big one now, I think.
Right?
For me, the big one for me was Johnny, but then Johnny got announced. I'm like, I have no horse in this race anymore. I'm cool.
I mean, be
Like,
mad at freaking
I wanted Biken,
Bedman.
I wanted Johnny, and now I'm good.
Bedman's the character I'm still mad at. I'm like, who was requesting Bedman, Ark? Like, come on.
Well, it's not even Batman. It's Batman.
I know,
Question
but I'm
mark?
like, you know that's definitely a character that they had the assets for, and we're like, we're just gonna retool this character, make him better, but like we're just gonna kind of cut corners on this one because like there's no way that Bedman had a huge army of people. Like, but
I don't know. Bedman seems like a very hard to animate type character if you want to say cut corners.
True.
I can't. I don't know how to justify it otherwise. Then, except that like I guess she fits in the story, like expands on the lore a bit, but
That's probably it then.
yeah. But yeah, Abba's cool. I like Abba's gimmick.
I think
but
like being your own, having the IP, being the developer and the publisher gives you so much freedom to do that kind of stuff. Like, okay, the game is profitable, we're doing well, let's just do some crazy shit. You know, sometimes you just do a character for you and not for the fans. Like, when you're in that kind of place, if you're in the kind of place where you're Mortal Kombat and you're like being pressured by Warner Brothers to turn your game into a live service and you have to like show them numbers that no, the shit works, leave us alone, then maybe those kinds of decisions don't happen so often. But when you have full control, yeah, you can make something crazy like that. And it's like, it's almost like, well, we have creative freedom and we can just do whatever we want instead of crumbling to publisher pressures.
yeah.
I think there's something cool about that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so. I still love how Mortal Kombat 1 finally gave us the 3D era characters because there's always been a debate of like, are they actually popular or is it just like nostalgia from the old school fans? Like if you made a Deception style roster, would people still buy the game? And it looks like the answer is yes. People liked the 3D era characters, the Ashras and Nataras and Reikos, brought them all back. Hey, if not for Megan Fox, people would love Natara. Okay, that character is fun.
Yes, that's why I
Megan
coughed.
Fox.
That's why I coughed. Of course, everybody loves Natara being back, but I mean,
and I only post these
was
two
that
pictures to
wishing-
show that the fan art was better, in my opinion. That the fan redesign I think is a bit better than what we got, but they're both good.
they're both very similar. Yeah.
That's one of those things where I feel like the reaction from people like us and the reaction from the public is so disparaging whenever they bring out a celebrity like, and we have this person voicing the character. No, not again. Not again.
Not again. Oh yeah.
Not again.
Like, at this point, they could go, oh, we brought in Keanu Reeves to voice Kenshi, and I would be like, fuck no, man, stop bringing like, I love Keanu, but stop doing this. Never
Do
works
that in the
out.
movies. We don't need not in the games. Like Kenshi,
Yeah, sure. Cast Keanu for the
movies.
MK movie. Sure, man.
Totally.
Like that. But like, don't put him in a voice. No.
At the very least, it should be an option and never like forced on you, which is the problem they made with the recent Mortal Kombat games. Like, you can't turn off Megan Fox; she's always the default voice. You can't turn off Ronda Rousey; she is the default voice of Sonya Blade in a game that's actually very important for Sonya. And it's like they chose someone who can't voice act.
Right.
It is what it is.
I think on the other hand, it is a bit jarring when they don't get the voice actor for like a guest DLC character. Can be. I mean, I think overall they do have some pretty good sound-alikes. I could never get into Terminator though. It's like slightly off, it's not Arnold. And then like even if they got Arnold, maybe Arnold wouldn't be on point with a Terminator voice either.
I mean, to be fair, it's an emotionless robot, so it's not difficult to get that character right.
But they still did.
I still feel like they
It's
could have got a
slightly off,
a random guy on the street and just ask him like to do their best Arnold impression, and it would have been better than who we got because I've heard better Arnold impressions, honestly. But
Sure.
There are many.
Sylvester Stallone
and,
nailed it pretty good. I feel like for not being a voice actor,
Yes.
I think Stallone did a pretty good job with Rambo. I was like, huh, nice, nicely done.
Yeah, like this game still like Mortal Kombat 1 also still has like other celebrity like voice acting that's like great, like J.K. Simmons, John Cena, not Anthony Starr, but hey, like, so I still think it's so funny that Megan Fox really started the PTSD of people being like, oh, it's a celebrity voice. Is it going to be as bad as Megan Fox now? It's like every time, and any other genre now too. Whenever a celebrity voice shows up, she had that power, like her influence.
I think she started. Who was it though? Like I'm blanking, and I'm quickly googling to see if I can find
As
who
of
was the other
recently,
celebrity
though, at
voice.
least I think people always did not like celebrity voices and like, Like even sometimes in movies, like I think that there was like the Scooby-Doo cast didn't come back and they were all celebrities, and then like
Yeah.
the Mario movie was a pretty big one too. But like for video games, I did feel like recently Megan Fox like hurt a lot of people.
Ronda
I feel like-
Rousey as Sonya Blade, I think that triggered.
That was a big one back then. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big trigger. For that was MK11, right?
11.
Yeah, so
You're-
not even
you're-
that long ago.
You're telling me you're not excited to hear the news that in Dragon Ball Sparkling Ultralight Diet Coke that we're gonna have the actor from Dragon Ball Evolution voice one of the Goku forms? You're not
Yes!
hyped about that?
That would be so
Let's
sick.
go.
That would actually be so sick.
Gets his own character
I mean-
and everything.
Wasn't it
have
like
have the
guy
voice options, right? You have Japanese dub, English dub, Evolution dub. Just pick the voice.
Hell yeah,
What
brother.
voice track do you add?
Didn't the guy who played Piccolo in like that movie like later on like voiced a Dragon Ball character, like actually became a voice actor and like voiced it in like the English VA and stuff?
I want it to
I
be true.
have no knowledge of this. Dragon
I
Ball.
remember I've heard of that, yeah.
Evolution.
So people were saying like, oh, the best glow up ever after doing a horrible Piccolo in that live action movie comes in like voices. I don't know if it was Hit or which character. I can look
James
this up in just a bit.
Marsters. Let's see.
I do
James
like that
Marsden.
when like an actor from like the bad one comes back, like when Postal brought back the Postal 3 voice actor for Postal 2's
Zamasu.
expansion.
He voiced Zamasu. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Right? Isn't that interesting? Right?
Yeah. The Piccolo from Dragon Ball Evolution voiced Zamasu. I had no idea.
The glow up,
Okay.
right? So people were saying like,
Yeah,
man, he
for
redeemed himself with that.
You love to see it. You love those stories. That's such
For
a
sure.
brings a tear to my eye.
Look at that.
It's just the hero's
I don't even
journey.
know much about Dragon Ball, but I knew about that fact. Ayo!
You
I
did a
love
lot of
random video game
a lot
facts.
of TV work before this too. So I
Nice.
guess he's been Lex Luthor in DC Universe Online. He's got a lot. He's got Scooby-Doo roles. He's got Star Wars roles, Spider-Man animated series roles. So yeah, he's been
So,
around for sure.
I guess the question is, Globku, which character do you want the most in that Dragon Ball game?
Gregory, always give me Gregory.
Oh man, do I know that character?
I
Google.
actually had a question about this. It's not like my most
Oh, the
wanted
monkey.
character, but like, do you
Oh, the
think
bug.
because of the what?
It's the bug, right, Gregory?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the cricket from King Kai's planet.
I thought you were talking about a popular guest character selection, Gregory Five Nights at Freddy's, whose
Yes, that one,
transformation
too.
is summoning Freddy Fazbear, and he climbs inside.
Yeah, and he
You know
brings
what?
back Matt
Genuine-
Pats. That's it.
I was chatting with one of my friends, and I was explaining Five Nights at Freddy's lore to him, and I was like, you know, you can actually look at Five Nights at Freddy's like Dragon Ball. You know, there's like so many versions of Freddy. It's Freddy, Toy Freddy, Withered Freddy, Nightmare Freddy.
Nightmare Freddy. Yeah.
Five Nights at
Time
Freddy's 2
Freddy.
rendition of the original Freddy. There's that one. Don't forget that. Fredbear,
Freddy
is a separate
Base.
character.
That's a separate
Rockstar, Glam Rock.
The novels, whoever those are. Well, what I was saying just then was like, but do you think the popularity because of Dragon Ball Fighter is like Android 15 has a chance?
On Sparking Zero?
Yeah.
First of all, what does 15 have to do with fighters?
I think it means 21.
Fuck!
Oh,
Damn it! How did I mess that number up?
different
Jeez.
number. Different number.
Oh, my
He went
bad.
down
Android
instead of up.
21 is
Yeah, I was
Funny
looking
one.
at 15. I'm like, dude, what a reference to that. But
yeah, man. Android 15 was a deep pull. It's like, wait, what?
I mean, 21 is
I'm
literally
looking for
canon
the
because she
obscure
shows up in the
characters now.
maybe
Yeah.
not Android 21 in her Majin form, but the wife at least of Giro does show up in that like computer screen in the newer movie Dragon Ball Superhero. So
Yeah, they
she's
made her
canon.
canon. Yeah.
She's in
Yeah.
Kakarot as well, isn't she?
I may be wrong, but I think she's the first game original character to make it to canon.
Hell
She's
yeah.
definitely the biggest one, or like had the biggest transition from like video game form to actual Dragon Ball canon. And yes, you're right. She was in Kakarot. She was also in Xenoverse. I think she went everywhere
Oh.
after Dragon Ball Fighters. So yes, she has a very good chance. I'd say guaranteed almost. Maybe not base
Wow.
roster, but maybe base roster. But I
More
think
than Gregory?
guaranteed Android
Wow.
21 makes it at some point. Yes. Are you okay?
Sorry.
God, he's gonna die. He's like,
I have
Android
allergies.
21, I've had
I
enough.
was laughing and then it made me cough because I was laughing at that Gregory. I just like cracked up.
If you were a Dragon Ball FighterZ player, I would understand you dying right there when I said that she might make it to Sparking Zero, because Arc System Works definitely released that character to kill that video game, and wasn't for Bandai being like, no, balance her, bad Arxis, you balance this right now, and okay, now it's acceptable.
When I
on
was
the
not
form.
expecting, I knew she was broken for a while, but I didn't watch the videos because I wanted to play her and find out why she was broken. Nowhere on my bingo chart did I think it'd be permanently reduces the opponent's damage. I was like, wait, what? That's like unheard of. It's like just permanently weaker. That's what she did.
Wow.
Yeah. And she could combo
She had
into
a
it like super easy.
where like
Yeah.
any hits, she finishes with level 1 super, and that super nerfs the damage by 21% because 21, right?
That's so much damage too. That's such a big nerf. Yeah.
Yep.
So that does a lot of
and then
stuff.
The biggest nerf was that like you can't combo into that super now. So the super still
grab, right?
exists, but you gotta land it raw. Yeah, it is unblockable.
Yeah.
for sure.
Ooh.
But
Mhm.
but you
Well, that
can't.
game has
It's
a lot
not
of
just
unblockables.
any hits goes into the nerf.
Yeah.
So
The fact it was level 1
now
is
you
so
actually-
wild too. Like her most unfair thing is like you just get to have it. Because I don't know if you know this, Sonic, but you build meter just by moving forward in fighters. Like if
Oh,
you like
wow.
run at the opponent, if you fly at the opponent, you're building meter by going across the screen even. Like so for example, Vegito when he first came out way back when Vegito first came out, he wasn't the best, but one thing that was cool about him is he had corner to corner combos. So he just built so much meter going from wall to wall. And you're like, well, look at this bitch. So, yeah.
a normal combo
Interesting.
will build you 2 bars easy. So any combo pretty much would build you a bar even if you had 0. So any hit from Android 21 would take you into a debuff state.
Yes. That game had a serious snowball problem where, like, you're already winning because you're landing the hits, but you're winning more now because you're also the one building meter. Like, the person getting hit is not getting any benefits.
You were actually trolling if you didn't pick that character for competitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
So
still very
funny.
strong, but
Yeah, I remember Evil then everybody was picking like DLC 21.
You know what character I want to see get added to the game?
okay.
I want to see Yamcha from that time I got reincarnated as Yamcha.
Oh, the
You
strong
see
one.
top tier Yamcha, man. They're just Ultra Instinct Yamcha,
Hell yeah.
destroying everyone.
Wolf Fang Fist. That was the
I
best
mean,
part
that
about
would be
fighters.
the first game to have him, I think. That would be the first one.
You know, that is my
Isn't that-
favorite part
that
about
also,
fighters. Go ahead.
That also requires Toei to approve a character based on a fan-made thing. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I thought for
I
some
mean-
reason that was actually accepted canon because the art was so good. I thought that was like accepted lore.
The Bandai
Ex-
JoJo game did do that once. Like a fan novel like ability actually made it into like a final smash for one of the JoJo characters.
Oh wait, never mind. This is not fan-made. This is proper thing. I thought it was fan-made for sure.
The Yamcha thing?
Never
Yeah, I
mind.
thought it
It
was.
could- it
I thought
could
it was
happen.
real. Yeah, nice. But I
Could
was gonna
happen.
say
I
that
mean,
like
it's on Shonen Jump Plus. So
With
it's,
Xenoverse
they released
and,
it on
uh,
a digital magazine.
with so many Dragon
So,
Ball
yeah.
fighting games, like the balance. Of course, you don't want the game to be unfair and not fun, but like the balance is most of the time is like, well, the characters that are OP are probably going to be pretty OP in the game a lot of the times, right? You get exceptions, but typically the like Cell is going to be really strong and all that. I loved how in Fighters, because they were trying to actually balance it as best they could, that Yamcha was actually getting the limelight. You know, it's like people were rocking Yamcha on their
he was
team, and it was
cool.
so sick. And the meta for a bit was Yamcha because his auto combo was so good, his switching on a dime to the other side, and that only got better when they finally changed the EX to being half bar instead of full bar, right? So that kind of made him even more meta, I feel like, but I could be wrong. Maybe.
Season 1 Yamcha was very good. I think
Loved
it was also his assist. Like it would lock you down for a really long time and be advancing and stuff. Yeah, Kazunoko won with Yamcha, and as soon as season 1 was done, they nerfed Yamcha, who never became like relevant in the meta again until very, very recently. Like even back then, Yamcha had very low damage, but one thing he did have was level 1 into level 3 on his own. Now that's just a thing, like kind of universal almost. Especially if you're the last character, you can just do it. But back then, Yamcha level 1 into level 3 was really good. So like that's why he was usually the anchor character, just the last one standing, because he had that tool at his disposal. But even that back then, Yamcha damage was very low. Then they nerfed that character because Kazunoko won with him, right? And only recently I think he started popping up again when they did a bunch of changes. The EX change was a big one for sure, but not enough to bring him back. Now they gave him some extra cancels where you can like go from an air combo, dive kick into Wolfang Fist Rekka.
Hell yeah. Wolfang Fist.
Gave him a lot. And I think also the universal change of Kamehameha into Super Dash gave him a lot of routes. Men actually deals damage.
Nice.
So yeah, Yamcha's kind of back for sure.
That game was fun. A lot of the meta changes they did were really cool. Like my mind got blown when they added the option to do special moves and then tag into them. I was like,
that game was fun. Rest in peace, Dragon Ball
That
FighterZ.
game was fun. Rollback just got added. Rollback just came back. It was fun.
Because I don't play it anymore,
man.
so for me it was fun. Like I appreciated like the meta and all the adding of moves. I think one of the coolest ways you could update a game isn't just to balance the roster, but to do cool stuff like that, like new universal things for everybody. Like now every character can do blank. Like that's really cool to me. I think more games should do that. Makes it fun. And just give them new moves too. That's fun also.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that the thing that killed Dragon Ball was rollback. It's actually insane. They released such a broken version of that game that made it unplayable. Like you guys know Wanted, the from Damascus, the competition he does every week. Like he can't do it. He's been doing Wanted for years. It's basically a King of the Hill stuff, where like the previous week winner is going to be the defending champ this week. And there's a bunch of challengers and players he invites to try and beat him. And he's been doing that since COVID. And episode, 200 or whatever, he's had to stop because he can't host the tournaments anymore. Like, Rollback is that buggy and laggy that on PC just can't just can't do it anymore.
They recently, because I think the Rollback that came out like right now is super buggy, right? From what I heard.
It's worse than the beta they had. On PC, it actually breaks the game. There's a bunch of glitches and stuff that make it impossible. Crazy how they broke that game with Rollback.
They don't understand the sacred art, the black magic of Rollback. They don't know how to master it, how to contain it.
Even after a year preparing for it. Was it longer?
Guys. Keep talking. Though.
Longer. Evo 22, I think, is when they announced it.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
That's been a while.
It's been a while.
And it still comes out not good?
Yeah, they had a beta and it was fine. It had a few bugs, but like it was doable, it was playable. Final version was worse. I don't know what they did for 3 months when they took the beta down and until full launch. But it's to the point that it's no longer like just minor visual glitches and bugs, because those are still in. For instance, when you sparking blast, your character portrait flashes, but during a match it just flashes, like, randomly. But that's like an annoying bug, but it's not a game-breaking bug, right? But now there's bugs where it's like, you did a super, and the character model stayed on the stage. So you're still playing the game, but the character model's still there. And now there's a bunch of different models. Like, there's a Videl bug. Let me see if I can find it. Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I think I saw some of those.
Yeah.
They're really funny.
Like, Videl has oh my god, the most chaotic bugs. Hey, Daniel found a lot of this stuff. Videl has a character right next to him, which is the Great Saiyaman. And the Great Saiyaman, under certain conditions, just stays on stage every time you call him. So the model, you just keep multiplying. Every time you summon the Great Saiyaman, he just shows up again and stays on stage.
Nice.
Yep. Exactly.
T-posing too.
Yeah, sometimes T-posing, sometimes doing the pose that they ended the animation on, and instead of leaving the stage, they just stay in there.
It just looks like a shit post.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is specifically
did Lythero
PC.
make this video? What's going on here?
Right.
Oh, he just every single one. He's just slowly taking over the map. I thought when the new one showed up, the old one would go away. He's just doing shadow clone jutsu.
It just gets
That's
more
awesome.
and more chaotic, and then you find out it's not just Videl. That's not the extent of the bugs. There's a ton of other
Actually,
stuff.
watching this video is very hilarious.
I feel like
it gets more and more and more, and there are different
Yeah.
poses too.
I feel like 17 could do this too with Android 18. Like if you called him in, would it cause the same bug because he's also an assist? Or oh, there you go.
Yeah, I think 17 started this bug. We found that 17 bug during the beta, but it was just one. You can have multiple 17s. Like sometimes you would finish a character and call 17 at the same time, and 17 would stay there for the rest of the match, which was annoying, but it was one 17. And this just makes it so chaotic.
It's amazing. Go Videl. Just one more reason to love Videl.
Yeah.
I
You
still
skip to
recall
like
your
2 minutes and I don't know, 2 minutes 15, and you start seeing
Fucking
them exploring
Shinrod.
this bug even further. And now there's a bunch of different characters.
17.
17.
the frick. Oh, it's not
there's, like,
Shinron. That's the
Ginyu.
Dragon Punch. My bad. But yeah.
Yeah, there's
Look at that Shredder dog you
Zamasu's.
3 crafted successfully.
Beautiful.
After image from Krillin, also bugged. Everything's just gone, man.
Imagine cameos in Mortal Kombat doing this exact same thing. Like, you
That would be very
just
funny.
you call in Serena and she just stays on the screen. Then you call in another one.
That'd be 3D. That would
or-
be chaotic.
Or Kenshi's spirit's ancestor thing shows up and there's
Yeah.
like 1,000 of him.
I still love the image or the video of somebody playing like Kenshi versus Kenshi, and they both have Shujinko. They both copy each other. They both summon the ancestors, and 4 like ancestors just. It's so hypnotizing.
The funny part is, if like Kenshi does become number 1, like say like they nerf Johnny Cage really bad, and then Kenshi becomes indisputably number 1, we might see that happen. We could see the Kenshi mirror match in grand finals, and they're both gonna be like, well, the best way to beat you is to use Shujinko, so I can get these ridiculous wombo combos. Yeah. Now Globku's like probably totally lost, but that's okay.
No, man. We've rambled about Dragon Ball for long enough. It's fine.
I mean, that's the nature of the podcast. We find a topic and then we latch onto it for a while.
Of course. That's how
And
conversation
then come back
goes,
to
man.
it. Even when the conversation moves on, we just circle back around to
Yeah,
MK every time.
I actually like an hour ago wanted to say something because True Underdog was mentioning about like the people shit talking him. Like what's funny is literally I saw someone on my server is be like, yo Sonic, check this out. I'm not gonna name drop whoever this is, but like basically it's one of True Underdog's biggest hater. But like this person recently released a video basically saying like, I apologize to True Underdog and I love you now because True Underdog's like shit talk Sweet Baby Inc recently.
He just wants to make more videos off me is all that is. He knows that if he puts my
that's the
name in the title or description or thumbnail that he will like get like stuff from me. I'm glad he apologized, but if he's actually sad, then he should delete that
I don't know
video
if it
that
is-
lies about me for 10 minutes straight.
Well, that's not the same person, True Underdog. It's the other. It's another person, but the point is that's like the thumbnail. And
I
the
would've
title
thought it
is
was
just like,
them.
I
My bad.
apologize
Well,
to True
sorry.
Underdog because you should talk Sweet Baby Inc.
There was a time where I made Demon Slayer tier lists because I was just playing that game every day. And so like a patch or DLC comes out and I update the tier list and I make the tier list. And without fail, I knew that like the very next day or the day after, there was a creator that would say that my takes were shit. And
Oh wow!
I never like tried to shut it down or whatever because I went to his channel and was like, yeah, no, those get the most views. He's smart. Like, you should be doing those. Like, that's actually good channel strategy. I can't hate on that. That's good. Like, go for it.
Yeah, well,
man.
I mean, like-
it's throwing hate towards me, but hey, you're getting something out of it. So, thumbs up, man.
Well, you got a
Go for
positive
it.
attitude towards it.
I couldn't do that. If someone was like hateful towards me, I would want them to burn. I'm a very spiteful man.
Happens in arcs for me.
I think
it's like
I am
start
too,
off.
but then it's just you have to take a step
Yeah.
back and go again. It's just a fucking video game, man. Like, whatever. Fine.
It's only really annoying if someone lies about you. That's when it gets like frustrating. Oh, it's that person? Great. The only person who I don't care about getting an apology from. I'm sorry, Sonic sent me the person that made the apology video, and it's the one person I don't care
The
about.
thumbnail was very funny, and so that's why. Yeah.
No, stop putting me in thumbnails, damn it. It makes me regret the face cam.
Hey,
I used to
it
always
gets
make
views,
goofy
right?
faces. It does.
Oh,
It does.
see.
I want to see, dog. I want to see you do a thumbnail where it's your face in the middle with the glowing eyes.
I've thought about it.
I feel like you've
That's
done
gonna be
that.
when my
I think you've done that.
when my voice comes back. I have a video plan for that. It's going to be like responding to the lies and rumors, and it's like just about people who lied about me, and I'll be very polite about it, but I'll explain, no, this is what happened, no, this blah blah.
Spicy.
I was gonna wear,
But the thumbnail implies like vengeful with the glowing red eyes. Like,
well, if not for YouTube's stupid restrictions, it'd be even funnier to have me holding my own severed head with the spine hanging down and everything, Mortal Kombat style. But they wouldn't allow that because it's YouTube. But how cool would that be?
My stupid idea was just saying like, why not? How about you try doing a AI generated version of yourself as the thumbnail, and just what would it be like?
Yeah. Well, Photoshop has really easy tools for that. You can go to Photoshop and make it look like a 3D character from a video game with a filter, or you can make it look like a comic book
Deep
version
fried.
of yourself. Yeah.
it has to be
Super
the deep
easy.
fried version.
Deep fried. Haven't heard that term since I was a teacher.
What?
I'm trying to go Dragon Ball Super.
Oh. I don't
And
think
then
you
I'm
need
going to go
to train
Dragon
for
Ball
that.
Z because Z's better.
You're right.
Agreed.
I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think that's a hot take. That's fine.
People bring up like how
The hot take is Super is bad, right? Like the hot take is
Yeah.
like worse than Z. Yeah, okay, sure. Super is bad. I think that's okay. Now you're asking to be flamed, but there's
I'm not
bad
even sure
stuff
if I
about
like
it for
Z
sure.
more, but I do like the characters on Z more because they felt more like complete characters. Whereas in Super, they're definitely like more comedic because they're trying to capture that Dragon Ball tone a little bit, which I get. But all the seriousness is kind of gone from some of those characters, and I'm like, oh dang, I miss when like
I think the Dragon
yeah.
Ball Z from start to end of Cell Saga is very well written, and everything like leads into each other. The events of one are what causes the next arc, and I think that's really cool. So, like, okay, the premise is Goku is an alien after all, and he was sent to Earth to destroy it. Earth is not destroyed, so that's why the Saiyans come in. He defeats Raditz, but because they have the communication device, then Vegeta and Nappa come in. And because those guys come in and they're part of the Frieza Force, Frieza learns about the Dragon Balls and Namek, and that's what starts the Namek saga. And they go into Namek and whatnot. And the one thing that is not connected is from that to the androids. But even the androids have their roots in the Red Ribbon Army back in the OG Dragon Ball, so it feels like everything has a connection. And every time there's a transformation, it is deserved. There's training behind it or an emotional moment behind it where like Gohan finally flipping and going Super Saiyan 2 is a very iconic one. And from that point forward, it feels like Dragon Ball marketing became too big and Dragon Ball toys and like the money-making machine that is Dragon Ball became too big that narrative fell into the background. And now it's just like, let's make another transformation to sell more shit. Like Super Saiyan Blue is the biggest culprit of that. It's just like Resurrection F Super Saiyan Blue is like, oh, it's just Super Saiyan, but they have God powers now, I guess. Okay, cool. And like
I think
every few arcs they give you a new transformation, and you know that's gonna happen. And I think that takes the hype away from it a little bit because there's no narrative reason for it to happen. It's just, oh, let's make more money. So that's why I think like Super is also worse because narratively is very like, well, let's find an excuse for a fight and a transformation. It does feel a little bit more like that instead of like narratively things making sense and leading into the next thing. But Super isn't the only culprit here. The Buu saga is very much flawed like that as well.
yeah. Well, it's still my
Doesn't
theory
Goku get
to
Super Saiyan 3 off screen.
Yeah, he learned Super Saiyan 3 off screen. Did it for the first time on screen.
It's like, oh yeah, by the way, I got this other power, and when I use it, it's going to use up all my remaining time.
Yeah.
So if I can't kill you in like a minute, that's it. And it's like, well, it didn't work. I guess someone else has to go Super Saiyan 3, and then
Yeah.
Gotenks just does it. It's dead easy.
Gotenks just does it. Yes, they introduced fusion as a cool concept too, but
And it didn't even amount to anything in the end. He had to
then-
come back to Goku. And Vegeta.
it amounted to Gogeta, yeah. But I like the fusion dance. You're right.
The whole Buu arc was the
fusion-
epitome
go for
of give a character an awesome power up and then just kill them. That happened a lot.
Right.
Like
Sounds
Goku
like
Super
Vegeta's
Saiyan
life.
3, then he's gone. Gotenks gets eaten. Gohan even got his ultimate form and then like loses because Gotenks gets devoured like an idiot and then he can't win and it's like, oh shit. So then he dies or gets eaten and you're like, wow, dude, everyone's just getting owned. even Vegito, though it was planned, like he shows up and then is gone forever because he gets separated. And it's like, well, there you go. Goodbye. But I still think the reason Trunks is... Go ahead.
I do think it was cool that at the very least, like the last big move done that wins the fight in the end is the Spirit Bomb, and it actually works this time. And then it's like everyone on the planet's giving in their energy. It does feel like the grand culmination of everything. That feels good to see it work.
And it feels good that like it worked because of Hercule, right? Narratively, that's such an interesting thing. Like the hack from the Cell Saga turns out was actually useful at the end of the Boo Saga. I think that's narratively very clever. That was a good one for sure.
He also almost saved the world by just making Boo tame. That almost happened too, but then the whole separation thing. But
yeah, he almost saved it.
Hercule was the MVP. You know what? Goku was right to save him instead of his own kid. He made the right decision. Well, then I wanted to mention one thing that I think is my own theory, and it makes sense because Globku brought up like toy merchandise and sales. People had like all these theories about why Trunks' hair changed color in Super and is now blue instead of purple. I do think it was just to sell toys. Like, oh, you have Trunks? Now you can have the blue-haired Trunks. Don't you want the blue-haired Trunks?
Right.
That's my theory. And then also...
I don't know, man.
I think the reason Super Saiyan God and Blue were invented, not initially, but like one of the supporting reasons why he wanted to do it probably is because you no longer are forced to cycle through all the previous forms to get there. He can just go and be blue. You know, big time saver.
Yeah, there was a parody from Team 4-Star where Vegeta sees the sun, is like, I worked my ass off to go blue, and you just dye your hair. Like, he's very angry. There was a big write-up on that. So I think it has to do with how Bulma's hair was colored at the start versus how it was colored later in the show. There's also like a lot of manga drawings versus anime interpretations of hair colors. But yeah, I don't remember exactly the reason, but I think this has been investigated and I think people asked Toriyama about it. So yeah, you can probably read about it. I don't want to be guessing too much because I think there is an answer out there.
I also realized recently, because I'm dumb and don't pay attention to these things, that Krillin named his daughter after that one chick that he randomly dated when he was rich.
Yeah.
Great question. Great question.
I just find that so funny. And like I learned it because of Team 4-Star, because they made a little skit. They're not doing the full episodes anymore, but they do skits for like channels and stuff. And one of them was like, I think he finds, I forget who it is, someone who's Krillin's friend, like here's the name of the kid and goes, so are we just gonna talk about that ever? And 18 goes, talk about what? And he goes, bye, and flies away. And she smirks and goes, you're right, Krillin. It is funnier if we pretend that I don't know. So they're just fucking with people.
According to imdb.com news, Krillin's daughter being named Marin is not actually a reference to his ex-girlfriend Marin, because they're typed differently, but rather a continuation of Akira Toriyama's food-based pun naming tradition.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
As a very casual fan back in the day, I thought that was Bulma. I was very confused. I was like, why is Bulma and Krillin dating? It's the exact same hair color and similar cut, too. Like, similar haircut. I was like, what's going on here? And then I'm like, oh, that's not Bulma. It's just they got lazy and just kind of copied her, but made her a swimsuit model.
Right.
Just extremely curvy. Yeah.
She was a character created for filler episodes in Dragon Ball Z and was quickly written out of the series due to her lack of relevance to the manga storyline. So I don't think like Toriyama even named her. Maybe like that might just have been the anime team.
One of my favorite a fan headcanon version of Bulma, where it's like, Bulma's hot and she's a swimsuit model and she's super into the short guy like me, so she's into Krillin, and it's like, yes, my guy, calm down.
Well, like one of my favorite justifications for why a character was written out of the series has to be I'll wait for him to come back. One of my favorite reasons a character got written out of Dragon Ball Z was I forgot her name. Dang it. It's like a gun name or a bomb name or whatever, Rocket or something. It's the girl that sneezes and changes color. Launch, yes. Launch apparently never shows up again because Toriyama thought people would confuse her for a Super Saiyan because she sneezes and her hair turns blonde. And I was like, huh.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Just say you don't want to write Launch anymore, dude. It's fine. Just say you don't want to write her anymore. It's fine.
Sorry, I just got a package, and apparently I had to give a code to the postman.
Oh,
but I didn't.
I
get
got a
code.
package. And you guys mentioned something earlier, so I should show you guys this. Keep talking to waste time.
Okay.
Okay.
Excited for the package.
This might be a sponsor on this package, but I'm excited, so I'll open it.
Oh wow! Opening live on the podcast, guys. Exclusive.
I think
exclusive.
I think these are
unboxing
mouse
on the
pads.
podcast.
I think they're mouse pads, but they're mouse pads I picked. Oh yeah. So this is a cool sponsor. And I'll probably have them in a video later, but here's the mouse pad. Is it good or backwards?
Wow!
Ooh.
That actually does look
Nice.
really sick.
Shit.
And just like that, all four of us have shown something in our room, like in today's
Hey.
podcast episode now.
For sure. Oh, there's only 2 of them. So this showcase ends very, very soon.
Okay. Oh, we were just talking about
Ah.
this. Nice.
We're just
looks
talking
really good,
about
too.
that. Yeah.
Well, here's a question: how many Dragon Ball games actually have like that island as a stage you can fight in?
A lot, man. I can't give you a number.
Probably.
Yeah. FighterZ doesn't, famously, but but yeah, a lot of them do.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. A lot of the Butoden games, I think, have that island. I don't think it's like a mandatory stage. I think a lot of Dragon Ball games definitely skip that. I think the coolest one that I've seen do this is probably the fan-made Hyper Dragon Ball Z. I don't know if you guys ever played that one.
Hyper Dragon
I
Ball.
think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a fan-made game with Mugen, but they work really hard on movesets and balance, and they're actually ramping up to their 1.0 release because it's been in beta for like, I don't know, 5+ years. They actually support rollback netcode too, and it doesn't break the game. But
Awesome.
yeah, it's a big one, man.
Nice.
Sprite works look really good, actually.
Because in my head, for some reason, like, all Dragon Ball fighting game stages are Canyon, Namek, maybe a city, and
Yes.
that's it.
So I got a package too, and I can show it to you guys. I kept having to open it, that's why it took so long, but they finally
yeah.
came in. I have all the cards, so that the trading cards are here
Yo!
for my comic book. Hooray!
Oh shit!
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we'll be getting them soon.
It's so cool that you're doing that, by the way.
So you haven't started mailing like the physical copies yet?
I can't because the comics still aren't here yet. They're on their way. It takes a long time to
I
mass
see.
print 150 comics.
Understandable.
I am not looking
Trust.
forward to having to package and ship those off all by myself. But I don't know of another way to do that.
Good luck. I look forward to your signing.
You're just going to see, like, I'm going to take pictures of me with, like, surrounded by boxes and just packaging everything. But everything's here
Make a
otherwise.
stream.
The
Turn
posters
into
are
content.
Exactly. The posters are here. Like, all that's ready to go. We're just waiting on the comics themselves. And then we should be good.
Heck yeah.
And Sonic's already read the comic, so he knows. He read the digital copy that was sent for free to
Yes.
everybody that backed it. I love the Jubei one. She turned out good. She could be a gamer sups with the rock hard abs. Yes, she could.
100%. Yeah, that's very much on brand.
So now my house just has 600 cards. So that's funny.
Oh wow.
Because it's actually more because you have to order them in like packs of 50. So you couldn't just order 121 cards like I wanted to for each one. You had to order 150 for each different card. So it's a lot of cards just in my house now.
Just thought of something kind of funny because a couple episodes ago, I also mentioned that like my brother was selling like CD covers and like basically a box and a CD and like a sticker inside and like in the front and stuff, and he also had to package 100 of them. Except he didn't need to do that big of a hassle because there's 4 people in our house, so He's like, he comes back, hi guys, I'm visiting you guys for the weekend, and so I got these packages, so maybe we can. we just did that all in one night because
I brought you a souvenir, free labor.
Exactly.
Here's an idea, dog. For the extra cards, you could take them to FGC events you go to and be like, well, whoever can beat me at like Tekken or Mortal Kombat, whatever, gets one of the cards.
Ooh, that sounds like a quick way to go broke.
Or just do a Mr. Beast. Well, he meant the extra one.
Sounds like a terrible business plan. Damn.
Just do a Mr. Beast style. Like if they go, they're a fan of me. I go, oh yeah, pull out your phone. Are you subscribed? And if they are, they get a card.
Yeah.
To Mr. Beast.
Hey, mate, you get a short out of it.
Yes. Oh, also, I had photos with the cosplayer that was doing ABBA at the last fighting game event that I went to, so proves that I'm an actual ABBA fan or ABA fan.
Proof.
Not just bandwagoning on the crazy chick train. Though I do love crazy ladies in fighting games. I have a problem. I love the evil chicks.
Oh yeah. You love your Annas and your Juries and your Melinas.
And Android 21 definitely falls in there too. So.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ABBA definitely does like give me the like literally you go on like the reveal trailer and the first comment it says I can fix her. just the first like top voted comment.
ABBA doesn't need fixing. She's normal. She loves her husband, and that's the key. For some reason, her husband is a key, but she loves him.
That was good. It's a healthy couple relationship.
Yeah. The only sad part is that she fights with him. So like one of her moves is like a parry, and she just puts him in front of her and makes him take the hit.
And he's like Princess Peach with Toad.
Yeah, he goes but it's like a sad face. And she has a normal voice
so
actress now.
This was a weird mailing situation, but I think
when that
I'm
happens.
done. Sorry, I was like paying half attention to the podcast, dude.
No,
I feel terrible. I feel awful.
It's okay.
But,
I do that all the time.
It's like I start getting texts and calls from my wife, and she's like, "Okay, the postman left a package, but you need to send him the code right away." Because sometimes like you get a code on your phone to give the postman, so they make sure like the right person is getting it. But because the postman is like we're tight, like local postman, he knows this. So, like he just left the package because he knows I'm busy. Like, oh, send the code as soon as possible. Like I don't have a fucking code. So I don't know how this is gonna be solved, but I just texted everyone saying I don't have a code. Deal with it. This is definitely for me. I remember ordering this. It's for a sponsor, so you're not taking the package back. But I don't have a code, so I don't know. Sort it out. Up to you guys. Yeah, sorry. That's what just happened. That's what's been happening the last 10 minutes. Sorry, I was distracted.
I understand.
No worries.
Mr.
And we don't have to wrap
Postman.
this up as quickly as you guys think. Well, I'll leave it up to you. Like another hour or so. Like we're chilling.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'm posting these pictures of ABBA because, as you can see, these are the faces of a completely normal woman. I don't see the issues you guys have.
I actually love how extreme they've made her. Like I didn't get these vibes at all in previous games. I mean, I can see where they come from for sure, but like it's really impressive how much they did with her face alone.
Her voice acting too, like really like shows it off.
Because before she just had like a depressed kind of expression, like she was just sad looking. But she did still love her husband, though, her key. And I liked her voice actress was like sounded very like either injured or just broken the way she spoke. So she was like, "My husband, he needs. Can you help?" And it's like very like sad and mopey. And I'm like, I like that. I like that she's like really slow speech and all that. Yeah, no, I like this character. I'm glad she's back. I'm good now. I don't need any more DLC characters for Strive. Though I did love the fucking crazy wizard guy. I forget his title in the
They went
the game.
so crazy with him.
It's so cool.
Crazy.
The bullet hell when just all the projectiles are on screen. I was like, dude, he's a boss character. That's awesome.
Totally.
'Cause that's what Ino used to do, or I know in the old games, is she would have all those projectiles on the screen flood by when she was the boss. So it gave me that vibe. No Snake.
Oh, is that the one?
So what the hell? Snake?
between the new face and the old hair, she reminds me a lot of Kronya from Fire Emblem.
No Snake, no.
I can see it.
This is not a Fire Emblem video.
Like talking in a condescending, like bad dog kind of a way.
This is not a Fire Emblem video. No.
We're not going Fire Emblem. Hang
When
on.
did I ever talk about Fire Emblem on this podcast? Honestly.
Hey, Globku, what is your relationship with Fire Emblem?
I am aware of its existence.
Okay. Then you don't.
What's your opinion on Fire Emblem characters in Smash? Do you think there are too many? These are the important questions.
I feel like, from an outsider's perspective, yes, but also not my place to talk about it. Kind of.
Yeah.
If I was more into Smash, maybe I would feel better saying, yeah, there's way too many. Like, but I'm kind of an outsider there. Like, I played Smash, but I'm not playing Smash, you know. So if I'm not a part of the community, I'm very careful with what I say. It's like,
I could sort of
dabble.
understand that. Yeah.
Shall I focus on a community you are part of? So, if you were to recommend some anime fighters to like a hardcore FGC person who's not really into the anime stuff, but they want to see what it's all about, what are some of the games you would recommend to check out?
well, we're in a very bad time for that, actually. Like, a couple. This time last year, I would say like Demon Slayer hands down, but Demon Slayer died hard. There's like, yeah, there's a lot of there's some tournaments on Discord, but like if you just want to practice and play matches online, it's really hard to do in the game right now. But that game does have a practice mode that reminded me a lot of fighting games. Like labbing combos in that game and labbing combos in a fighting game is 1-to-1.
Nice.
Like Tekken and whatnot. It's yeah, I think fighting games would have a field day with that one. Mechanics wise, I think the closest we ever got was probably Kill la Kill.
Yeah, I was looking at that right now.
Oh, okay.
But that's also one that you're not going to find any matches online. If you want a closer, like an actual fighting game, maybe Super Naruto Clash of Ninja 4 would be the way to go. That's like the fan balanced mod of Clash of Ninja 4.
I've heard about
for
that
Naruto.
one.
Yeah. Well, they play with Dolphin Net Play. They have a healthy competitive community too. Once again, kind of hard to get into because everyone that's playing has been playing for a while. But I think they still have like beginner tournaments, so you could just like pick up on a few basics and dive into it. And yeah, those are some recommendations right now. I'd say Storm Connections is probably the most popular if you just want to play online. And you can definitely lab some stuff and play some stuff there. But if you're coming from fighting games, you'll find that Storm Connections is a very different game. It's not about, I don't know, blocking, punishing is not a thing. Like, it's more like, it's a very neutral game where you're baiting substitutions out of your opponents. Because if you don't know, in Storm Connections, you have 4 combo breakers, essentially. You can use 4 combo breakers in a row. And that's the substitutions. So you get the hit, but they're going to combo break 4 times in a row. It's up to you to like guess the timing on when they're going to combo break. It's up to you to like bait those substitutions out, so then you can get in and actually deal max damage. So it's very, very different from a traditional fighting game plan, which makes that a harder recommendation. That said, I still see like a lot. Yeah. What? Killer Instinct?
Well,
okay.
Just Killer Instinct. Yeah,
It's
the
not a
counter
bad
breaker.
Well, the issue
Like
with
you're ready for
Connections is also, well, the Storm series, in my opinion, is actually, I think I saw a chart someone saying like what would be like the easiest and hardest fighting game out there, and like Storm Connection, or like the Storm games is more on the easy side because you don't focus on comboing, because for the most part it is like a lot of one buttons in terms of like what you combo. It's about managing those subs is like the more important stuff. It's like, oh, when do you use it? When do you like get out of a combo? And it's like if they don't have any more subs, okay, now it's time to like do all your combo and stuff.
Yeah, the one button thing is not true, but
I'm exaggerating,
yeah, but to your point, yes, like a Storm Connections combo is not going to be as crazy as any fighting game combo. You're not going to hit as many buttons for sure. There's still like a lot of tech that is pretty complex, but that's usually not on the combo side of things. You can make combos complicated; it's just pointless too.
That's parry,
more
right?
often than not.
All you have to do is shove in enough show references to make me happy, and then it's a good Naruto game. Like every hit better be somehow in the show. Every punch and kick better be directly from the show. Then I'm happy.
I actually I'm a big fan of the Storm series because like I think the art style and also like the roster size is like a very like fun part about those like the game series.
Mm-hmm.
But even I'm kind of having a hard time to like consider connections. Like one of my friends is like, "Oh, you want to play collections? You want to buy it?" Like, "Okay, are you gonna buy it?" Well, the TLDR, because it's like the reason why you want to get connections like now is because it's a new game and there's online and there will be patches. So if you want to have a current game with that, then you can play connections now. And also it has like 10 and maybe a little bit more characters. But other than that, it's like, do you want to pay like is it 70 or more for a game that's like almost 80-90% like almost the same as the last game that came out that you can get like
I
way
think this
cheaper
one is
now
60.
and stuff?
I don't think they full price that
Okay.
one. I think this one is 60. If you want to get the season pass, sure. Okay, you will pay more than 70, but entry level, I think you're fine. Yeah, and it's hard to justify because single player content is not great.
That part,
Um,
yeah.
And that makes the overall package a little bit harder. And still, like, we're talking CyberConnect 2 netcode. Like, there's rollback, there's delay, there's CC2. So it can be pretty awful for sure. It did launch. I think that game does have a worse reputation than it deserves now, because it launched kind of terrible, and there wasn't even a way for you to invite friends to play. It's just like,
Oh damn.
we both buy the game and we can't play each other unless we randomly fight each other on ranked. You know?
Oh god.
They've added that since. And so I think a lot of the hate came from that era where like the game was missing those basic features. Now it has them. And so I think a lot of that hate is probably going to vanish over time. But now people are like so desperate for a balance patch because, well, the actual secret is I think people don't like the game, but they think they do. So they just want things to change in hopes that it fixes whatever issues they have. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they will.
Globku, I have a quick question. Very important question.
I don't know if that answered Snake before we move on.
Oh, sorry. Snake.
What was? Oh, you're recommending a game, right? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
like FGC. I think I gave a bunch of answers, but I don't know if that was.
Yeah,
super-
I'm satisfied with that.
It's like,
I feel like someone asks a question and we just ramble. It's a fun podcast.
Yeah, we try to make it fun.
But yeah, there's stuff
Exactly.
coming up. There's stuff coming up that's pretty exciting. There's a Hunter x Hunter
Oh my
fighting game
gosh.
that's in the works.
that Hunter x Hunter game, I'm looking forward to that.
Oh,
we haven't
boy.
seen that yet, but yeah, I'm excited to see what that is.
Yeah.
Sparking Zero, so far so good, kind of.
Yeah.
But also Spike Chunsoft, makers of Jump Force, and I've never seen good online from them either. So chances are online for that game is going to be garbage. Hopefully not. What else?
Don't
There's
forget
some other
the
stuff I can't talk about. There's some
the
leaks.
oh, you know some
You know.
secrets.
Oh,
I know some stuff.
Don't forget the ultimate anime fighting game coming out, 2XKO.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll claim that as an anime game. Yeah, sure. I do want to. I do want
Arcane
to
is an
cover
anime,
that on the
right?
channel.
Yeah, totally.
Arcane is super anime.
Oh shit!
If that means I can cover it on the channel,
Wait.
Arcane is super anime, dude.
Wait, Snake, you didn't know what we were talking about?
No, because I forgot what that was, but they say, oh yeah, the worst name than the
Yes.
project name. That like the one thing that I know it's a very toxic community, but like the one thing everyone could come together and agree. You should have just stuck the Project L because that's a less shit name.
I
We're
think
used to
my,
Just
my
put,
guess
put League of
as to
Legends
why they
somewhere in the name. Like, you could even call that Knockout Legends
Yeah.
or League of Combat. Like, there could have been anything. Just find a way to sneak League of Legends in there. Like, trademark that shit.
Fighting
But no.
League of Legends. There you go. Simple.
I mean, unless they plan
think
on
my
adding so many
guess-
characters that aren't going to be League characters, maybe they're going to do a bunch of guest characters, and that's why they wanted
I
a
hope they
generic.
don't.
What's your take on the name Valorant for the first-person shooter?
I mean, that's an
Oh.
original name though. So and like there is
Valorant kind of went through the same thing of having Project A, and then they
Oh,
revealed
okay.
the name and everyone hated it too. But
interesting.
I think Valorant is a cool name. I don't know.
It's
about you
better.
guys.
It's
Yeah.
a name.
Valorant sounds
So I was
cool,
expecting
it's
something
simple.
along those lines, like a cool, strong word. I thought
Yeah,
that
like
was the
Overwatch.
direction they were gonna. Sure.
Yeah, I think this is my guess, but like
Revolution.
League of Legends, the game, like even though like that's what it's called, everybody just like unanimously just call it LOL, or just like
Or
LOL,
League.
very fast
Yeah.
way.
Or League
I'm
sometimes,
wondering
yeah.
if that's the case. It's like, oh, whatever we name this fighting game, they're just gonna have like a like shortened version of it. So let's just do 2XKO, right?
Well,
Rolls
no
off the
one
tongue,
shortens
right, guys?
Valorant. I don't think anyone shortens Valorant, for instance. So
Yeah.
you definitely want to have those considerations for sure. But there's ways of like making a quick 2-3 syllable word that people usually don't shorten.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan
Even
of League
Mortal
of Legends,
Kombat
but I
is too
do.
many syllables. Like MK
Yes.
is often the
Exactly.
shorthand for that.
But like, so I'm not a huge,
SFMK.
I'm not a huge League of Legends fan, but I do know that like a big part of the plot is revolution, right? Revolt, the Civil War. So why not just call it Revolt? That would have been cool. Is that name already
And
taken?
you're tying yourself to one event in the League lore. You know, and it's maybe weird to like if the League
I'm
lore
trying, though,
ever
okay? I'm
expands,
trying.
it might be weird to.
It feels
Yeah,
like
no.
the kind of thing where they perhaps may have like been overthinking it because it is such an established brand. You could just call it League of Legends: The Fighter, and that would be enough. It's perfect. It's fine. It's not great, but it's better than spaghetti soup over here.
Right, okay, so then Evo comes around, and one of those games is that on the lineup, right? So what do you call it to avoid confusion with League of Legends, the MOBA? Like, do you have to say the full name every time? Like, there's no shorthand for that either.
Okay, I got it. Instead of calling it Smash Bros, you call it League Bros, like Super League Bros.
Yeah, here's the problem: the shorthand for that is also League.
I've got it.
Oh,
it's perfect.
shit.
So it's you
League
call it
Bros.
League of Legends Fighters United, and then you can just condense that to lol fu.
That's cute. I mean,
Fight for
League
the
has
acronym.
actually a bunch of other games that they've released like throughout the years after League of Legends was so successful.
Yeah.
Teamfight Tactics, Legends of Runeterra, and then they also everything else they release I see here is like Ruin King, a League of Legends story, Hextech Mayhem, a League of Legends story, and stuff. So they have had other like names that have like stuck out a bit better, but like
True.
2XKO is just really it's kind of an outlier. No, I'm looking at it here.
Man, like oof.
I
Okay.
love the visuals they built around it. I love the style.
Absolutely.
That's
The game looks
that's really sick.
phenomenal.
Having
Like,
played
even
it,
the stylization of the logo and the stuff they're doing for socials with screenshots and whatnot, I think that looks great.
Yeah.
It's purely the just. We'll get used to it at some point, and it will be a non-factor. We'll just like use it and not even think about it too much.
Here's the funny
Right
thing,
now, the initial reaction is also like very justified. Of like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Because right now
I
that's
got
all we
to-
got too, right? Once we have a game to look at, we'll stop talking about the name and talk about the game itself.
True.
What I
got to
like
play
about
it-
that
oh,
name
go ahead.
as a YouTube
Yeah.
creator is it only takes 4 characters in my title. It doesn't take more
True.
space, and that's always cool.
Ah,
Yep.
yeah. Very convenient.
And also, there's no argument about what it is. Like with the damn Street Fighter 5, like nobody could agree if you put Street Fighter like SF5 for your acronym or SFV because actually it's a V in the
Right.
game, right? And it's like, what do
Yeah.
I put? Which one gets more clicks? Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter V? And so now we know it's like at least that's the exact acronym. There's no messing it up. Like that's the title. Can't screw it up.
Well, there is that, but on the other hand, it means if you put League of Legends, you have to either put
Man choked on League, man.
you have to either put League of Legends separately in parentheses in the title, or just not have it there, and that could make or break the video whether or not you have League of Legends in the title.
I don't think
could.
it.
But
Because like
yeah,
I don't think
kinda-
you have to put League of Legends when like Teamfight Tactics like blew up,
Yeah.
and like they just put TFT in the titles and stuff, but they don't have to put League of Legends. I don't think because that's such a separate game, even though it's basically like the same universe and even like the same like game browser and stuff. So
I
I
think
would
there's
assume
there's
this
like
would blow
there's
up
like a
without League.
time. Yeah, I think there's like a time where that's beneficial and that slowly goes away as 2XKO becomes its own thing and blows up in its own way. Same way like you don't do Valorant, the League of Legends first-person shooter now, you know? Valorant is its own thing.
Yes.
It kind of depends on how the game takes off too. But I see your point. I think right now you probably benefit from something like that, from connecting the two. I think Project L kind of connected the two without you having to say that. because like L,
Yeah.
you know. And now it's like it feels like completely separate for sure. So, but I think it's doing so well right now that it's already standing on its own.
Gameplay wise,
Sure, Doug,
I got
you
to
were
play
saying
it
you played the
early.
game.
Yeah, at Evo, I got to play it a bit early. They had an arcade cabinet for it and everything. What's funny to me is that it definitely seems like they wanted to design it to be accessible by everybody, which is why it has the DNF dual style inputs where there's not really any quarter circles. Instead, it's just forward and this button doesn't attack, or down and this button doesn't attack. Kind of like Smash Bros, right? But with more combos.
Oh.
Like they chain together. But the thing is, there's so many universal mechanics. Like they had the explanation on the console, right? Like by your buttons. And I swear, it's like these two buttons, tag. These two buttons, wave dash. These two buttons do a super. These two buttons do a tag super. And it's just 4 buttons. But it's a different combination of those 4 buttons that can do all these things. And it's like, this is the combo breaker. This is the tag shift mid combo. I'm like, this is too many things. You're going to blow people's minds. Like, they're going to not understand. But maybe on controller, it'll be
Oh,
a
I
bit
have
easier.
it. Hang on. Oh no, it's such a small picture. Please.
Did you find all the universal inputs?
I think I found the exact panel you're talking about that they had
2x
glued over there.
universal inputs. Let's check this
Yeah,
out.
universal moves. Open in a new tab. There you go. Look at that stuff, dude. It's so much.
Like, it's definitely not easy. Like,
Oh.
it's not.
Wait, that's universal.
These are
That's
just
You have to learn
universal.
this for basically everybody because it's universal.
I mean,
Imagine
there's
me
stuff
trying
that
to
it's
learn
like,
this.
forward dash, back dash. Okay, you just kind of know that, right?
Yes, yes.
Like
Wave
there's super
dash.
jumps. Okay, not everyone knows super jumps, so like, okay, that's something. Yeah, because like light plus medium is apparently a dash shortcut. So
Yes.
you
Wow.
can dash shortcut, crouch dash, right?
Yes.
And that
Just like in
does
Marvel
wave dashing.
Capcom games. Yeah.
Yeah. You can. Yeah, sure. You can do it in Guilty Gear to some extent too, but with I think FD, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Offense, there's also like, there's normals, right? So okay, there's a lot that you can cross off of this list. That's just like, that's fighting games in general. But then like on
get up
defense,
attack.
all of those are important. On defense, every single one of those are important. Tag, look at the ways there is to tag someone or like call assists. There's a lot. There's a lot for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, it
I-
is 6
I
buttons
heard,
if you count the
like-
tag button. Yeah.
Because I saw like on stream or one of the podcasts that like Maximilian dude said like he played the game and it's like this is not a game made for new players. This is like
Yeah.
this is like they know that if you play this game you are a fighting game nerd like with how much
I was
the
kind of
mechanics are going like
shocked
this.
too. I thought they were going to try and make it not that difficult because a lot of their existing fan base are not going to be fighting game players. They're going to be like League of Legends. But I guess they're trying to build 2 separate audiences. Like here's going to be the main League of Legends players, and here's the 2XKO players. Like they're different fan bases, I guess, is the idea.
It could be less about trying to get like League fans into fighting games, and more about trying to get fighting game fans into League.
See, but I also like. I think
Good point.
Max's perspective of this game is a little bit skewed because Max played this game at an event with a bunch of try-hard fighting game players and content creators.
Sure.
Fair enough.
And
fair enough.
I think like at the basis of levels, this game is actually very easy to pick up and learn because you look
Okay.
at the controls and it's like you don't need to do all of this stuff against another beginner because they're also not going to be doing that stuff, and have one button specials and the movement seems to feel great. I think the thing that Max meant with that is that this game is not simple. Like there's a lot of depth here, so I do think at some level they are trying to bring League players into this by making the controls this simple, but they also didn't want to sacrifice game depth for that, and then so they made something
see.
truly degenerate. Yeah, like a beginner will get absolutely destroyed with this like BB tag style
yeah.
mix.
It's going to have the Dragon Ball Fighter situation where it's like you do an overhead and then tagging your teammate to do a low at the same time on an opposite direction. It's going to have that nonsense in there. It's going to be super ridiculous in that regard, which is probably why the game has a parry, so you're not forced to block everything. It just overwhelmed me. I was waiting in line to play, and I'm on my phone looking at this crap, and I'm like, what are all these universal moves? And I'm trying to like memorize them. And I'm already not a stick player. But what is cool is that because the wave dash or the dash can be done with light and medium, the one girl with all the foxtails, she has air dashes,
Ari?
and she can air dash in multiple directions, not just forward and back. She can do like quick down and quick up and all that. So you can use a direction plus those two buttons to like all over the place, which is like really fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, I got destroyed. My buddy and I were playing tag, and against 2 other players, he was actually killing it. I was getting my ass kicked. I was like, damn, I fucking suck. Yeah, Ari.
Yeah, Ari, she's got that. So that's what a move list looks like for a character. And as you can see, like there's still a lot there, but it's all like there's special 1 and special 2 buttons, and then
There's actually more
you
universals.
modify them with the direction.
Yeah.
and that's it.
Interesting. Oh,
Yeah.
but this
down
is not
down
list, like,
special
the combo
is
stuff.
the ultimate. No, the combos are well. There's kind of a universal chain in there where light, medium, heavy works. There's also a launcher with
Magic series.
down heavy, and you can go
I see.
into So like switching characters in this game, I think you can pretty quickly pick up a new one. You're not going to be like immediately good and have all the tech with them, but because the buttons are the same for like a basic combo, you can pretty much play every character once you've learned one. At least that's the impression I get early on.
Unless you want to play the
Nice.
weird characters, like I feel bad for forgetting his name because he's one of my favorite
Alawi?
characters. Huh?
Draven.
The guy with the time manipulation. He has a stopwatch.
Echo.
Oh, Echo.
I like Echo. Yeah,
Yeah.
Echo
Okay.
has some very advanced looking stuff because you have to know when to place your Echo and then go back to it, which is going to be tricky to like learn the sequence for and all that. But he's awesome.
That's cool.
I did not even
It's fun,
attempt
though,
him because I
looking-
knew he'd be tough. I
Yeah.
just played the Fox girl. I just picked Ari. My buddy picked the giant axe wielder and was just destroying people.
Nice. Yeah. Actually, one thing I do also like is like, even though a lot of the moves that they use are original, a lot of them are also references to like what they can do in League of Legends. So like what you said with Ari about like the dashing around, she does that in the game. That's her ultimate, and she also can choose like, oh, dash here and dash there and like use an ability and stuff. And Echo is also like his gimmick is literally like rewinding time. Like that's his ultimate. So like that does seem like something that they are using in the fighting game too.
Yeah, and he's got Time Winder, the that projectile that's also
His
his
Q.
Q, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like that's just a projectile in game that like it can hit like a projectile early on, but you kind of want it to hit later as it expands, and it will actually slow down the opponent if it hits at a certain distance. Yeah.
Cool.
Echo's kind of technical for sure.
It's the same with it's the same with League of Legends too. It like shoots out and then it comes back, and you want that comeback part of it, not like the initial.
Exactly.
Part of
Yeah.
That's cool.
So I like that a lot. The one that I like looked into the most was probably Darius. How they translated his moves from League into fighting game. Because he has stuff that is like, God, it's been a while. But like he has wounding, right? Where he wounds
like
players and
stacks.
in this game, yeah, exactly. So in this, it's just like it's just a debuff that he applies. He inflicts wound, and then they take extra block damage, even from normals, if he manages to do that. I think the one ability where he pulls with the axe, I think that is a Rekka with different follow-ups, right?
Okay.
Decimate, I think, is the name of that.
Cool.
What was his R? I forgot what his abilities were in League.
that one.
Oh, sorry,
You mean the
I wasn't
name?
looking at the camera.
It's a
No,
big
he
overhead
just like
swing.
does like the giant axe like swinging down. That's his R from League at least.
Yeah, I don't remember how they did that. Is that just his ultimate? Or
Well,
one
in
of
League
his
of
supers?
Legends, essentially, because whenever you use an ability or whenever you auto attacks, you put like stacks of blood on your opponent. The
Yeah.
more stacks you have, like the more like wound you get. But the point also is, if you ulti on a person with like all that stack of blood, it deals more damage. And if I'm not mistaken, it also resets like the cooldown of that ultimate, so you can just keep using it in the team fight.
Yeah. But that's an example of a character that I was like, well, Darius plays so much with this debuff, right? How you're gonna do that in a fighting game where he's just a big dude with an axe, and they made the debuff for the fighting game too. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That kind of struck
I'm very
me.
excited to
Like,
see how they translate stuff. Even the universal terms, I just realized are probably also League of Legends names. At first, I thought they were just trying to avoid the cliche names. Like, it's not called a combo breaker. It's called a dynamic save. But that might be a League of Legends term, so.
It's not. I don't remember
I don't
that.
think it is. I don't think it is. Last Stand, though? I feel like I've seen that somewhere.
Last what? Where is it?
Last Stand. It's
Last Stand. I see that.
yeah, it's
tag team.
while KO'd and point characters below 50% HP, you can do Last Stand,
Oh, and like share health.
which
probably.
I think is like a buff. It's like a Sparking Blast if you play fighters.
I'm just curious to know like which character is gonna get the hourglass mechanic. Like,
Which
that's so
character's gonna get
happen.
Flash, dude? Well, what character can buy Flash and boots at the start? That's
Yeah.
what I want to know.
Ignite them.
I mean, Jinx always needs the boots, so she's not super slow, right? So I mean, we gotta.
True. Damn,
Guess
we still
so.
don't have Jinx gameplay. That's crazy.
Nope.
Like,
She was one of the first characters they showed a little bit
and-
of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. and they haven't made her playable yet.
Mhm.
The current roster we have actually like because League of Legends is like well, I don't want to say notorious, but pretty well known for like having favorites. So it's like, oh, who's gonna be like the face of the card game? Who's gonna be the face of this? Let's see the 5 we have here, and okay, here we go. We're just gonna use these 5 again. So like Jinx is everywhere, Yasuo is everywhere. I wouldn't be shocked if like Lux or how do I forget the ninja girl? But like those like if
Akali?
they'll show up.
Jade.
Yes. Jade. So like I think Alawi and Draven are a pretty big shocker to me in the current roster. Like, oh, that's an
Right.
interesting pick. Like Alawi is
Draven?
like a very cool choice, and Draven like how do you make that work like as a character?
I'm
Wait,
kind of shocked
Draven?
that it's a fighting game and we still haven't seen Vi.
Is Draven confirmed?
Oh, out of the 7. Oh shit! Wait, Draven.
I don't.
Oh no, it's Katarina. Damn it! I got tricked by that one.
Oh yeah, Katarina's
You
there.
fool.
Yeah.
There are
Katarina, well,
there are
here's the
so
thing.
many like
She was in the first like concept trailer before the game is what it is right now. So
yes.
I think she's like big hints, but not confirmed. She's kind of
Pirate
in that
girl.
gray area.
Oh,
Kind of like
I mean, I
V.
see there is someone saying like a confirmed list, and it just says like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 7 characters, Katarina because of that like initial like look. I mean, let me look more into this. So many freaking fake leaks.
Dude, it's gonna
yeah.
be so much
Yeah.
fun with the Dragon Ball Sparking game too. Is gonna be like all the fake leaks. Guys, is this real? It's just like a Photoshop of like the guys being added to the roster. Oh my god.
Garen and Lucian, skill images discovered within the game's goodies folder.
I am
Lucian,
not
huh?
shocked for Garen. Actually, both of them are really popular too, so I'm not too surprised by either of them. I mean, okay.
Yeah, I remember seeing that about Garen, but not Lucian. So I didn't know that. Again, this is like a random website. I just
Lucian
Googled,
makes
so-
sense. He fits
True.
he fits the gun guy. You need a gun character,
Yeah.
I guess, in the fighting game. So there you go.
And the V artwork being found there, like V is the obvious,
Oh
the
yeah,
obvious character
like,
that
she
will make
has
it
to,
eventually.
especially because
Yeah.
of Arcane.
Exactly.
She's literally the punching girl.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, well, I was calling her Vi. I thought her name was Vi, not V.
I call her Vi too.
Oh, my bad. Maybe she's Vi. I called her V.
I think she is
but
Vi. Yeah.
She might be Vi.
Well,
I am
it's confusing,
addicted
too,
to
because-
Arcane, and it
Yeah.
feels bad to get that wrong.
Well, on her cheek,
Yeah,
it's
just
even like a
spelled it.
Roman numeral. It's not even like a name. It's like 6. So I thought her name was 6 for a little bit when I was like
Yeah.
playing the game. But yeah, I didn't know it was Vi. But
See,
her
they
name was like
don't- they
Violet
don't
to the full
learn,
thing or not.
They don't learn Roman numerals in the slums, man.
True.
How
True.
much influence on the characters' like animations for certain moves do you think they're going to take from Arcane compared
Lots.
to the game?
Have they
Lots.
done that with Jinx or
I think
Echo?
so.
Her appearance
I
looks
think
way more
so,
similar to
with
the
Jinx
show, I
especially.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Echo too. Yeah, as soon as I saw Project L, like the characters not so much, but you look at the background art and it's so reminiscent of Arcane. So reminiscent. Like
Well, the
they
thing
are
is-
definitely drawing a lot from that.
At least for Jinx and Vi, I don't see too much of like Arcane. What they do in the show also is not like so unique in a way that it's like, are they gonna bring it over? Well, like I can't think of too many at least like
Is Echo?
in comparison to like their game counterpart moves.
I guess with Echo, if you were pulling from Arcane, you would have like the hoverboard in some way, and I don't think they have that.
Yeah, true. Because
Yeah.
well, spoilers for Arcane. Well, not spoilers for Arcane, but spoilers for like Echo in the show and in the game are very different because of like what they can do and stuff. So
They gotta
there's not
build
too
up
much
to
they
it.
pull from the show. Yes, yes.
They got to build up
True,
to it.
you
We even
gotta
got the
build up to it.
foreshadowing. They got the foreshadowing in the
I
show
mean,
where he clicks the
Yeah,
stopwatch.
end
So
of
you're getting-
end of Arcane season. I think Harmondinger goes into the slums and like joins Echo and the little colony. So like that could be a big breakthrough in tech for Echo's stuff. So yeah, season 2 is also coming out this year, so we might see.
Oh my gosh, so
new
excited for
evolved
that.
Echo.
It
I
is.
was
I didn't
wondering
know
if
that.
that's what this. I wonder if that's what they're saving some of these characters for, like to show them off, to hype up the show, or like combine that, or if some of these characters might not even be showing up in the game on launch, and maybe could be DLC depending on when the game and the show launch.
Right.
Maybe Arcane actually does really go hand in hand with League of Legends, as like when they were promoting that show, like even right now, because like I believe they said like when the season 2 ends, like a character that is from the show will become like a champion in League of Legends, like too. Like, they've already announced that. And I think even when like season 1 like happened, like Vi and Jinx were like skins in Fortnite when that was happening. So
they added their
they do
skins
big
to-
promotions.
They added their skins finally to League also because they're so drastically.
Yes.
Maybe not Jinx's, but Vi's is drastically
Jinx,
different
Vi,
in the show.
Caitlyn, and Jace all got their skins into League of Legends after Arcane.
Oh gosh, you're
I think,
reminding me of
I think
those
that's
videos.
gonna be a big monetary, a big monetary part of 2XKO is gonna be skins for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. They're gonna sell
Well-
the crap out of those skins.
She's not going to be a base roster, so I just want to say it now. Riven for DLC. I feel like Riven would
Riven's
fit.
I
great
don't think the
idea.
roster is going to be
Riven's a-
very big. I think that's going to be something that I think that's going to be the first time that players are going to be like, "What? Project L or 2XKO isn't the godlike game that we all prayed for?" I think it's when they announce the final launch roster, because I don't think it's going to be huge.
That's the thing that I'm very concerned with, because it's like, especially for fighting games, a big roster is like very important, and a tag team game too.
Especially
It's
with
like,
tags.
Look,
Yeah.
look. If Dragon Ball can get this massive 100+ character roster on launch, there's no reason League of Legends with its hundreds of champions can't do exactly the same. Come on,
Exactly.
your
Exactly.
predictions. You're just trying to make the developers keep putting less characters.
They're going to reveal a
Yeah.
second page of characters. They're going to reveal a second page. They're going to do it. It's going to be a second page of characters.
It really does concern me, because like the game has been in development and they showed trailers for like the past year, and we've only got like maybe 3 or 4 like till now, and it's like, is that how long it takes for a character to be made? Because the game's beautiful. Like I don't want to rush it, but at the same time, I'm so worried about this roster.
Think about how long Ilaoi has been in talks, right? They showed Ilaoi very early on, and they were like, "Here's the concept art. Here's what we're thinking for her," but she's very early on, and then finally we got some. They put her in a trailer. That was like a year plus. Now, obviously, they're making a bunch of characters in parallel. It's not like they make one character and then move on to the next. But yeah, now they have committed to 2025. They said we're gonna aim for a 2025 release. And you look at the confirmed characters, and it's like, okay, you're either gonna like start dropping a bunch in a row, or this roster is gonna be like 16 characters, maybe.
Yeah.
You know? Which
That's
is like a
fine
Street
amount.
Fighter
Wasn't it, like-
size.
Wasn't Guilty Grief Strive kind of started off with that too, like about 16 characters?
Yeah, but I think 1v1 fighting games can get away with that. Tag games, not so much. But of course, like it's also like free to play and planned as like a service. So updates and whatnot. You might look at a roadmap of like frequent updates. If they do anything even remotely close to what Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising is doing, which has a crazy roadmap. I don't know if you guys have ever looked at that, but there's like almost a character every month.
Nice.
I
It's
heard that game is getting really
crazy
good
aggressive.
updates. Yeah, kind of got a
Yeah,
revive recently.
Crazy aggressive the roadmap for that game. And then I think we're good even with a small roster, because like it quickly builds up over time.
Mhm.
But yeah, at this rate, it's gonna be a small roster.
And I can't wait for the complainers on day one who have not been keeping track of the game. They're going to be like, why do I have to do tag? Where's the dedicated 1v1 mode? And it's like, dude, the game was built around tag. Where's the 1v? I don't want to control 2 characters.
Just get a friend to control the character
Yep.
for you.
Well, I'm joking, because that's what happened with Mortal Kombat 1. Like, people hated the assist feature, like the cameo
assistant.
characters. They're like, why do I have to do that? I don't want to have to control 2 characters. I'm leaving. I'm done.
And that's just
it's
calling
like,
an
damn.
assist. It's not even like full tag. So
Yeah.
could get a lot
But
crazier.
that's all it took, though. That's one of my theories for why it had a huge drop off in the first month. Is people were like, I can't do this, or they don't like it. It's one of the two. Like either they just couldn't do
It's
it. They
an
couldn't
extra
come.
button? God damn.
Huh?
When like
An extra
couple
button?
months
God
ago-
damn.
Right.
couple months ago, and it's like when the because there was a trend going on that's like MK1 is dying, and like I think when you see a lot of consensus of like things to complain about, I see so many people complaining about the cameo system. They're just like,
Yeah.
I do not like this. This is the thing that killed the game. Like that
It's
is
the most
one thing that,
casual
like-
reason. It's so funny because you think it's
Yes.
all these complicated things, and it's like no, it really is like 2 things they didn't like. They didn't like the cameos because it's always been 1v1 in Mortal Kombat like forever. You had tag in MK9, but it was an option. It was not the default. Here it's like you have to either use your cameo, but also you got to accept that the opponent has a cameo, and that like bothers people having to fight like 2 characters at once. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is pathetic, baby brain, but that's like a big part of it, I think. Another big thing people mentioned is that they did change a lot of the lore and the characters, and that might have also upset people and made them like not want to play. But or just the roster
Oh,
in general not being what they wanted because they're used to certain characters, and now like it's mostly the 3D era. But I don't know.
Well,
I
I've
wanna get
always
off that
wanted
topic.
Megan Fox in a fighting game, so I got my wish.
You're so based.
It's
You're
your fault.
goddamn
You're the
right.
culprit.
Globku just like
Well,
pulls
with-
out his little notebook. He's got a bucket list of things he wants to see, and just scratches off Megan Fox in a fighting game.
Yes.
Like finally, my dream.
Arcane used a different voice cast from League of Legends the game, didn't it?
Think so.
That would be a
So
good
I'm-
idea.
So I'm wondering which are they going to use? Are they just going to use the game actors for this, or they're going to try and use the Arcane? Because that would put some people off if they come from Arcane. It's like, why do all the characters sound different?
Right.
Well,
I
without
don't
spoiling
think
too
they
much-
sound that different, by the way. I think like they
Yeah.
looked at the in-game voices, and even if they got different actors, they were like, well, this is similar enough. But like you need a different range from like going through an emotional arc with Jinx that transforms her from a little innocent kid into the maniac. You need a different range of actor for that than someone throwing some lines every time you press the ultimate button, right? So it's a different skill sets.
Also, League of Legends reworks their characters and always change their own voice actors all the time too. So, like, I remember like Caitlyn got a rework recently too, so she got like changed her voice and different voice actress. So I don't know exactly. I'm pretty sure it'll either be League of Legends or like the Arcane voice actors like doing the fighting game and not like a new one. Like I would guess.
Yeah, I think what Snake is saying is that maybe like changing it from the League voice actors wouldn't be as big of a deal. They're probably used to that by now. But if someone's coming from Arcane, yeah, might be jarring. The same way it's jarring for us to hear Terminator in MK not be Arnold. You know.
Yeah.
Actually, there's one other thing also. Like League of Legends is like Arcane takes place in the past, and League of Legends is like years later. So the voice actors are more mature in League. I think that's also one thing that like changes the perspective there.
We could probably figure that out with Jinx, because there's voice clips of Jinx in Project L, right? We could probably.
So, well, actually, Echo too. We can just look up him.
Oh, Echo. yeah, for
but
sure.
guys,
Echo's
they're
the
not
easier
always the same. Sometimes they hire different people for the grunt sounds than for the dialogue. And they do it in Mortal Kombat at least. Like the grunts are completely different.
For Megan Fox, yeah.
Yeah.
Only for a few characters. They don't do that much anymore. Like, I think
Oh,
they
okay.
stopped that after X.
Gotcha. Okay.
'Cause like with X, they had Grey Griffin doing Katana and Melina.
I see.
But then, like from 11, it is one person for each character. And then this game comes out, and Megan Fox is like, well, she can't do the grunts because she's a shit actor. So let's get an actual voice actor to do it. And it's like, just have her play the character then.
I think it's more
Actually, no,
accurate that
look
it's
at
what Sonic said. Like Megan Fox was there to record her lines, and if they asked her to do anything else, she was like, "Nope, grunts were not in the contract. Like I'm out. So you gotta find someone else to do the like all that. You gotta find someone else. So yeah,
Yeah,
It's very possible.
Echo's a League voice and Arcane voice actors are different. Now I'm looking at it, Arcane actually did have a lot of celebrities like
well, duh.
voicing their like shows.
That's like the new
I mean,
thing to
that-
like get sales and stuff. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
they did that-
they're still good though in Arcane. So
they did that in, of all things, the Skylanders Netflix show.
Hell
Like
yeah.
that had a bunch of celebrities. Like only a couple of characters had the actors from the games. Like Spyro is friggin' Justin Long from Dodgeball.
Hell
and
yeah.
And Walrus. And it's like what Tusk. That's what it's called. Tusk, where he's turned into a walrus.
Yeah, fucking Tusk.
That guy. Yeah, he plays Spyro.
Awesome. Is it
For
the
some
show
reason.
or just the game where Crash Bandicoot
the
had a
show,
voice for the
Netflix.
first time?
Just the show.
I think it's a show.
In,
He had the Aussie voice.
in the game,
I
it's
love
just
that.
like it's just normal Crash.
Yeah, it
Good
had
night,
a
my name's
voice.
Crash. My friend Torna, and it's like she was your
He had a
girlfriend.
voice,
Don't
but
you lie
not
to me,
no
Crash. I know
voice.
your law.
No, I love, like, everyone hated it, but I love stupid stuff like that. I love how in just one medium, Crash Bandicoot has a full-on voice and speaking lines and all that. It cracks me up.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Actually, without a small spoiler, but in Crash 4, the newest game, like there is like an Easter egg of him voicing something. But like so, technically that would be the first time he voices a character. But that's
Gotcha.
all I'll say.
I love the idea of like a big dumb like Crash multiverse game, and it's like all the crashes from across the multiverse meeting, and he just comes in and starts talking, all the rest go. Wow.
I love it. I love that just, wow, is the response to everything. We got
Doing the whole
extremely off topic.
I guess I could wrap up a bit with Project L. Is there any like wishlist character you want in this game?
Riven.
Generally, you just mentioned Riven.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I think Riven in League of Legends is already a fighting game character.
Yeah,
When you
that's
play that
why I
character,
want her.
Basically,
Yeah.
but that's a great
I don't
choice.
know.
I think Riven.
I think I used to play Yasuo and Garen back in League, so I'm getting those.
You're one of those.
I don't know.
No, never mind.
Whoa!
Oh,
Wow,
you're one of
man.
those. No mana. Swords.
No mana. Yeah. Like, hate that shit. I'd spend all my mana in a mana character and be like, how do I get the shit back? Oh, wait. I don't know how to manage resources. Well,
Oh, just play a
back to
character
base.
with like.
Back to
Just play a character without any of those problems. Just
Exactly.
cooldown management.
Exactly. Yeah. So I kind of got what I wanted. I think I want Vi too because I'm a big Arcane fan.
Yes.
But yeah, I think I'm
Totally,
getting
yeah.
everything I want. Yeah, I'm good.
I mean, Vi back in the day too. I want more weirdos. I want more Killer
Mhm.
Instinct characters. So it's like
you
give
want
me like the
Fiddlesticks
Void.
and Teemo? Oh,
Yeah,
that guy.
if
Not
Okay.
Teemo. Keep
if
him
they
out.
add any Yordles, holy shit, that's gonna be so toxic. It's like, how do you hit these?
You know who I want? Because he'd be a fun sort of Jacko style gameplay or like a Pikmin character from Smash Bros. Bard.
Shaco? Oh, that'd be fun. Bard is a very
Yeah.
cool like choice.
I want
Yeah, like
Bard.
just going through the roster of League of Legends, it's just like Warwick, Aatrox. Like,
Spoilers,
some
no,
of
I'm
these-
kidding.
some of these- What?
Sorry. I said the spoilers, but no one will get that unless they already know. Okay.
So I didn't want to spoil you about that, but since if you kind of know, but yeah, there's like a lot of great choices. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing like what else they do. I want the weirder choices too. Like I really do want like the Hell Thresh kind of a character and stuff.
Oh, what is Gaunt's the robot? What's the name of the robot guy?
Blitzcrank.
Blitzcrank
there's a
needs to
lot.
be in there.
Yeah, he
That's gonna
probably
be fun.
is in there.
That's gonna be fun.
Big boy.
That's a big character. I think he eventually makes it. I think of them making
could see
Teemo
that.
like a Kamaru in Clash of Ninja 2.
Oh, you sent the video here?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
annoying. It's so annoying to fight against that.
I didn't play this game, but holy shit, I can't believe he's a character.
He is a character.
Oh, it's a dog
So
by
many
itself.
normals just whiff.
Oh, he's a joke character. I get it. Yeah.
He's a joke character, but you can't hit him with a lot of normals. He's actually super strong.
He does tons of damage too. I thought he'd have like lower damage at
Yeah.
least or something because he's like just a dog. But no, he hits hard.
Yeah, he also
'cause-
takes a lot of damage though.
Because he reminds me of a character from Street Fighter
Ah.
Cross Tekken. They had Ruro and Kuro. These stupid little cat
Yeah.
characters that had like one of them was Kazuya, one of them was Ryu with their movesets. But they're stupid like anime cats, like the little cartoon cats you see in all those shows and stuff. They walk on 2 feet and they're tiny and they do really low damage
Oh,
and
I
they have
remember
really
those,
low
yeah.
health. So they were hard to hit because they're short. But the trade-off is like they can't really hurt you very much, and like they die in 2 combos. So Love those guys. Ruro and Kuro. Oh, it's Turo and Kuro. Okay.
Tekken had gone also. That was annoying.
Tekken? Oh, yeah, Gone. Yeah. As I mentioned, Gone.
Yeah.
I called him Orange Spyro.
Oh,
When I was a
that's
kid.
what you
Orange
meant.
Spyro. Gone
That's
will
what
come
you're
back
talking
someday.
about.
Someday, maybe 10 years from now, but someday Gon's gonna come back.
He just grew up
So
and
many
became,
Tekken fans are
Alex.
praying that doesn't happen, man. So many. It's like, please don't. I get it's funny for people on the outside, but then they have to deal with it.
Yep.
Be able to
Not
deal
funny
with
to
that.
us.
They'll balance him. They'll make him bigger. They'll make him like Kuma size or something. Balance it like that. Gon
Yeah, that
grew
would
up.
fix all the problems. Yeah, Gon grew up.
Gon grew up
Done.
and became Alex.
That was my joke. Don't you steal it. I already said that. I hate you.
Trademark,
I think my mic
trademark.
is really quiet or something. I'm now making these banger jokes and nobody's responding to me. I'm just banger after
Wait.
banger, just lining
I
them
think
up.
it's just-
Oh, crap.
It's just us talking over each other and Discord priority muting one of us randomly.
Okay, I gotta ask this question, Globku, because you've played the game, and I'm just really curious about this. So, in the Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash game, how do they handle Black Flash? Is it random, like in the show where you can't
No.
control it? Oh,
It's
You
not
control
random.
it. You fully
Aw.
control it.
Dang.
Basically, the way that
gods are
game
not.
works is a bit like the city if you've ever played it. There are combos that don't deal damage but build up your meter. And there are
Okay.
combos that then do damage and spend your
Damn.
meter. So every character has like level 1, 2, and 3 cursed levels. And for Yuji, let's say, one of your cursed techniques that deals damage is just Divergent Fist at level 1
Yeah.
and level 2. And it becomes Black Flash at level 3. So basically, as you level up your cursed meter, you then just press the button to Black Flash.
I see.
Yeah, it's not random at all. There's a little
Man.
bit. There are some interesting gimmicks there. Let's say Nanami with the ratio. He is a character that you have to time your button correctly. So you press the button for the curse technique.
Oh.
The ratio meter pops up, and when it lines up with itself, you have to press the button again with timing.
Nice.
Which online with variable delay is
Yeah.
very fun. Let me tell you.
Hey, at least
But
that
yeah,
makes
you
more
deal
sense in the
critical
show,
damage
though.
with that.
Because I was confused how that worked when I was watching the show. I just saw like the little meter pop up, and I'm like, not entirely sure what this means. But I guess they're implying that like he doesn't always get the outcome that he wants. But now in gameplay form, like, oh, you just line it up with the little timer. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Now I get it.
Press. Are we being degens over there on the bottom?
I think
He's got
he's
Mortal
showing
Kombat Onslaught.
Sonya.
Yeah.
He likes that game. He likes
she-
the mobile game.
Is that Ronda Rousey?
Actually, yeah.
The face is the MK11 version.
But the voice
So-
isn't. But the voice is not.
No, fortunately, it's not. But yeah, because she just dropped like 22 minutes ago, and I just did some. I just did 19 gacha rolls and did not get her. So I've got 3 weeks to get another 21 gacha rolls to guarantee getting her. Otherwise, I might not get her in time.
I mean, you could literally, spend the
No,
content
it
creator
costs
money.
too much.
Just
Eh.
uninstall. Uninstall. Save
for
yourself
the-
the trouble, man. Just do it.
Like, to get 10 draws, it costs friggin' £17.49. I'm not spending that much on that.
You're doing
Yeah, you gotta
work in a
spend it on
video
the Mortal
game.
Kombat 1
Stop.
skins.
Free yourself from this curse.
We try. He's into these sort of things, so.
I play 3 different gacha games. Help me.
Just do
We have to
sponsors
do
for
some
all of them,
detoxing,
and then you're
man.
golden. I've
Oh,
done
true.
so many Raid Shadow Legends sponsors. I got another one coming up.
Use their money to pull on their gacha.
Exactly. That's how you justify it.
Financial. It's very smart.
Easy come, easy go. It's all gone.
I would
Financial
love
business.
MK Onslaught to sponsor my channel. That'd be so funny.
You just
I
like
don't think
change
they've
all your
sponsored
content
anyone
to just
yet.
you playing that game.
No. They should do, though.
They didn't do any marketing for it, which is shocking because the entire reason you make a mobile game is to like milk money out of people. That's like why all these game companies are doing mobile games, even if they're not predominantly a mobile games company. So why on earth are they not marketing it? You can't make money if people don't know about it.
Is it
True.
Is there no trailer for it or something? Let me see.
You guys mind if I go
Like a
fill my
lo-
water?
There was a launch trailer.
You
and
stay
that's
stay
it.
right there, Glob. You park it.
I
Glue
need to
that
drink.
butt. No, just kidding. Go ahead. You leave. That's fine. I'll probably go to the
Go
bathroom.
fill the water.
Yeah, I mean we can end it soon too. It's been like
Okay.
close to 3 hours.
Wait, so are 3 of us going to go to the toilet and then come back just to finish the episode?
That's why I think we could go to the toilet after we're done with the episode.
I mean, they've already gone, and I need to go as well, so I might as well
Oh
do it
shit!
now.
Dog left. Or, fine. You know what? He left. I'm leaving now too. Audience members, stay here. We'll
Stay.
for the ending.
Stay. We'll be back.
Stay for the Skibidi Toilet. Okay. Jeez. We're gonna use the toilet, and you guys can watch the Skibidi Toilet. Okay. Bye.
Oh, you guys are assholes. Cool. All right. Well, it's been a fun podcast, guys. Hope you enjoyed another edition of the Kombat Cast. That's not even the name of the podcast. That's crazy. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.
Everyone's gone. It is only me. Oh, never mind.
What's up?
I was about to say everyone is gone. It is only me, but then you slid in right when I slid in, and I was like, oh, okay.
Because I thought you guys were playing a prank. I came back and there was no one here, and I just
That would've been
outroed the podcast. I was like, oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. And I slid out.
There you go. Do the smooth criminal. Just slide out of there. Da, 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 da. Wrong movie.
I thought you did it on purpose, but no, you just took a break. Okay.
Yeah, they just saw their chance to also leave and do something. One of my favorite contributions to this podcast was on accident when I was going for a bathroom break, and I was wearing glasses that day because my eyes were just too itchy for contacts. But I have such thick lens glasses that if you don't look straight down the lens, it's like distorted a little bit, right? Well, I go to the bathroom to go pee, misjudge the distance, slam my shin really hard into the porcelain toilet, and you just hear bink, ah, like in the distance. They could barely hear it. But I immediately
That was a highlight on that episode.
So you whiffed and got punished.
And I had to immediately clarify, I'm okay, just hurt.
I thought you guys were playing a prank. Like, I came back, there was no one here. So I just talked to the camera and said, well, I hope you enjoyed that episode.
Actually, a really good outro. We'll just go with that. Why not?
I did an outro. I thought you guys were playing a prank.
That's not
Wait a second. I guess, you know what? I guess the Skibidi Toilet will be revealed in the next episode then, guys. Stay tuned next time.
Joke's on you, Globku. We didn't record anything. Get pranked.
Oh. The ultimate prank is just me. That's the only footage you have.
It was all a ploy to stop you from working on other videos. We are ruining your productivity so your channel will tank.
You actually did. That's
We
crazy.
forced you to socialize.
No.
We
The only
really
time I
nailed this
socialize
one,
is through
guys.
angry messages on PSN.
Yes.
In that case,
Really nailed
the next time, if I do open these next time, I will tell you if they are actually like trading card games, like if they actually have like stats and stuff.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it anymore. We're canceling
Have we ended
that.
the episode? I have no idea.
I don't know. Have we ended it? I'm still recording.
Because last time Sonic remembered after we finished recording, he was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to show these off," and now he did, but he's not actually opened them yet. So he's stringing it along for another 2 weeks.
You want to know something very funny? Because I completely forgot about this until just recently. We still have an unreleased episode as of right now. It's been like almost half a year
Secret
or something
Patreon
like that.
exclusive episode. It's behind like a $100 tier.
No. That's episode 0. I'm talking about the one where I literally end by saying there's a true underdog controversy, and that's like literally how we end it. And it's like
When is there not?
because we keep uploading episodes like throughout like the week, so whenever is like a oops, we forgot to like record an episode, so let's just release that one. But it hasn't happened for like 8 months or something, so I just never haven't not released that episode yet.
I mean, it might be better not to, because if we do, then those guys who make those videos about Dog hating on him will be like, the secret has been revealed. Reaction. They'll react to our content.
The thing is, the controversy is kind of clickbaity because like he just we won't spoil what it is.
I forgot what controversy it was. I have so many.
Same.
It's related to it's related to Twitter, but anyways.
Oh, okay. It's just a dumb blue check mark.
Well, if this
Yes.
episode gets 1,000 likes, then we'll release the episode.
Okay, but
Can
I
we
feel like
clarify something? Are we still going? I don't know if we've ended.
We might
away,
be.
Sonic.
you know what?
Take us out.
I'm just gonna open this, so then that'll be in. We can the grand review of the Skibidi lore here being
All right,
known.
Skibidi
Okay.
lore. Is it a trading
Time-
card game? Is it just collectibles? Let's find out.
Let's
And you
find out.
better-
Toilet Man versus Spying Man. That's what it says on the Chinese down here.
Spying Man.
Well, like
This
when
camera
you
guy is
surveillance
Spying
man.
Man.
That's more. That
Yeah.
makes more sense
Oh,
because you're
yeah, yeah, yeah.
surveillancing someone.
Surveillance.
I love the dumb altered names Chinese versions of franchises have, like Mortal Kombat. What's it called? Normal people fighting.
Yeah.
Normal people fighting.
Okay, so the trading card method is to usually like to do the first card and then like shuffle it
Or
or
all the
something. I
same.
don't know how they usually.
No,
do it.
you just you see the card through the camera. So like you're looking at the camera,
Yeah.
seeing the reveal at the same time as we do.
So here is like the back of it. Let's check it out. Whoa! Wow, they're all
No,
like.
you're reacting before we see it.
Oh, sorry,
You're doing
sorry.
it
No,
wrong.
you did it wrong.
Let's do it like this basically. So here we have toilet man on the on like the a 2D cartoon creepy face. I can't
What is
like
going on?
I see
Oh,
his
okay.
face now.
Focus.
You
To
guys
focus.
see
To
it.
focus. Yeah.
there we go. Let me see what it says on here. It says toilet man damage.
Oh,
What was that, like a million or something? Because there's like
They
there's
can
like
play
the
that.
Yu-Gi-Oh
So there
stats
is a
on the bottom
game.
there.
They did
Yeah.
make a game. Look at that. You
Even,
can
like,
play the
stars.
cards.
Yo, you can summon the like Yu-Gi-Oh cards basically.
Is there a rarity there somewhere?
On the top right, you see that? There's like a. Oh, wait, hold on, back up here. Okay, you see that? It's like R. So I think this is like not. This is like just rare.
Yeah,
basically.
rare. It's probably low.
Yo. Okay, wait. In that case, I would like. Okay, this is UR. I'll save this for. Wait, is UR the best or SSR?
Depends. Some
SSR?
cards go with that metric.
I
Okay.
guess UR would be ultra rare, so
Yeah, ultra rare is probably the next step from rare.
Okay, so in that case, I got like Mr. Speakers here. A 2D artwork.
It's
actually.
shiny.
It's shiny. Yes, this card. This is a very shiny card. I'm actually very impressed with it.
they're all stickers. You can peel them off.
Okay. No, don't. And then if we keep going down, here we start to have the SSR. Look at that. It's got more robotic.
Is that actual
Like-
SSR?
That's what it says on it. It says SSR like on the top over
Dude,
here.
you might have done a good job opening the pack. I think you're
Ooh.
banking now. That's
I have a
your ticket.
collectibles.
That's your
Damn.
ticket right there.
But I think the last two, like, they get really funny. Here we have anime cute boy, like toilet man.
What?
I don't remember this episode.
from where I am, it looks like a fucking Kazuma Kaneko design. Like, what the
But
fuck?
these cards are probably illegal anyway, though. Let's be real. I don't think these are actually
Most
Skibidi
likely.
Toilet.
That just makes their value increase, man.
Exactly.
To sell it in the black market.
Best Skibidi toilet lore, baby. I literally have free man on the,
Hell
on the
yeah.
toilet, baby. Let's go the rarest. Just literally free man
Just smiling.
in a toilet. Oh, Zoomers
Love
and
it.
their. Oh my gosh! Look at the bottom right. There's also like a little like. Focus. Hey. Talking to like a dog. Okay. You see on the bottom right. There's a creepy Skibidi man like.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Is that like
Probably
the
down there.
faction?
to show how big
It's
this
like
guy is.
I don't know.
faction. Yeah.
SSR with like 500,000 damage and defense. Yo, this is a rare one right here. And there we go. That's the collector's items. If anybody
Now
wants
we
this,
know.
you can send me $1,000 in the PO box for these rare Skibidi Toilet like collectibles like cards.
Skibidi Toilets collectible
Sonic will sign them.
cards.
sign-
Let's collect.
And that's the episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Skibidi blah 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 blah.
There you go.
But we'd like to thank before we go. We'd like to thank our guest for being on here. That's probably
Hey,
a good idea.
thanks our guests.
Absolutely.
Thanks our guests.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, guys.
Globku.
Into the void.
Let's
Dog,
go.
don't show her panties. What the
Into
fuck?
the
Oh, no,
void.
oh, no.
Why, dog? Why are you putting feet in the camera?
I was hoping that I could like shove her around
See-
the
see,
camera and it would
and
like
that's
turn
it.
the whole thing black, but it didn't work. So
You
But
said
that's a
feet.
nice isolated clip to put in the intro.
This better be 2 episodes, Sonic. This is more than enough to be 2 episodes. One can be like covering the new Dragon Ball game. The rest is just us shooting the shit.
Are you guys doing shorter episodes now? Because this is about the length of a normal podcast.
Well, for some reason, like I don't know, I kind of just got like better at editing. So usually I do split them in 2, like half a month ago. But now I'm just like, oh, this is average, just like our chatting around and stuff. But yeah, thank you so much, Globku, for joining the episode.
Thanks for the invite.
Where can they find you? Where can they check out your stuff?
YouTube.com/Globku is the main channel. But from there, if you vibe with my stuff, you'll find the rest for sure. But yeah, everything anime games, you can find it there. YouTube.com/Globku. Thank you guys. Thanks for the invite.
Best
Have a
guest
good one.
so far.
Bye everyone.
Free man.